Okay. Oh, we're still going. We still have to go through hell.
Good day.
It's going to take us a second. We're going to probably try and get through most of hell, if not beat it tonight, and then we will go ahead and do the rest of it. And yes, I know I'm not on the Sorceress right now. I'm just organizing inventory. Was hoping to get it done before stream time, but eh. Anyway, how's it going, Jim? Hopefully well. I've got my junk boy here, just holding all my junk. Hey, Vesku, how's it going? Just organizing this, and then we'll be on the Sorceress. Mainly because I wanted room in my shared stash so I could actually, you know, move stuff around. I'll worry about finding stuff for the future characters later. I'm just getting it off the characters for now. Hopefully everyone is doing well. We've got Champion Alania now, because we beat Nightmare last stream. But we are ready for the Fireball Orb Sorceress. Okay, let me get this open so I can actually, you know, keep track of things. There. We should be good. This also means I can start shuffling this over into those, because I'm not going to use them on this character, but I needed the room to kind of move stuff around. We are doing Fireball. We're probably going to try and beat Hell difficulty with the Sorceress. If we don't make it all the way through, it's fine. We'll finish it up on the next session, but just needed to clean up my inventory a little bit. We're doing D2R right now. I think tomorrow I might do, if we get through Hell, I might do some Last Epic and get a good first impression of it, more than just the first area. You want to be salty after taking 8 hours of key farming to get a 4x3 set to trade for a torch, but got a torch. Torches aren't that bad, as long as you have them for the character you need them for. And yes, we're going to stay on... Actually, what does our resist look like? Maybe we should up our resist. So we've got... I'm going to go with lightning and poison. I think we want to stick with that for resists. This needs to go into the shared stash.
Good day.
That goes in the shared stash as well. So do those. So now we actually have some room to, like, navigate stuff. And yes, we do have a lower resist wand. I'm going to actually put that on the alt with the Ancient's Pledge. I almost forgot to do that. And Bloodletter is a very solid sword. But yeah, I'm not super... I don't require torch for most of the stuff that I'm going to be doing, so it's like, if I get it, fine. Can't really be as you got a 1720 Baba and F Colossus Foals that cubed to 4 sockets, cool. Andy's Mask, and yeah, that's some pretty good farming you got going there. Is there a way I like to farm gems? Usually I get a lot of gems whenever I'm doing Chaos Sanctuary, so I don't really have to farm extra ones. You just recently got to hell with the Orb Fireball Source, going rough versus cold immunes. Depends on if you over-invested in Orb or if you're focusing on Fireball. Because we've already finished our Orb. We're level 55. We are under-leveled. But our Fireball just recently hit 20, so as we start getting our skill points, we're going to move down here and get Meteor. And we're also going to bump up Fire Mastery whenever we get the chance after that. But we want to get Meteor up in particular because it's a good one for dealing with those cold immunes, especially the slower cold immunes, which... By the way, most cold immunes are actually slow, with a handful not being slow. But most of them are slow.
Beware.
But for the most part, we're gonna chill. We're gonna do our usual thing. I'm gonna go through all 7 classes, don't worry. But see, hey, he's cold immune. Here's a fireball to your face. And those are fire immune, so Orb. And honestly, Orb Fireball is probably the most consistent for getting through hell difficulty. This one is going to be a little bit of a pain. I'm going to use a full rejuve on the mercenary there. Hopefully we'll get some more full rejuves off the ground, but no guarantees. But you'll notice we are going to be churning through mana a little bit faster in hell just because, well, one, we're under-leveled, and two, we, well, have to deal with this nonsense. Spamming Fireball. Give me that gold. Thank you. No, we're level 55. But we're going through that. We will probably do a lightning orb. I might do it single player. I don't know yet. Because online, I only really plan to make 7 characters. I'm going to go all the way through hell online. Because, well, I have a bunch of offline characters that already have, like, all the stuff they need. And I can have unlimited characters there, whereas I can't have unlimited characters in online. I might still do them, but not right this second. The plan is to go through all of them first. Pure Cold, level 29 Cold. Oh, level 29 Cold Master, you're going to miss it when it's gone. I have a feeling it's not going away. It might get tweaked, but I don't think it's going away. Farm levels. Do I ever really grind? Well, actually, sometimes I do grind for levels. But do I usually grind for levels? Nah, I'm stubborn. I just want to go through. But we have the cave right there. It's nice. Nice layout. And yes, we do want to keep the mercenary alive as much as possible. Wish there was an easy way to early bug him, but unfortunately there's not. I mean, I could bug him early. It's just, it's a pain in the ass to do. Because you have to get the right town layout. And even then, it's about a 50-50 chance that he bugs. So, yay.
This place is trouble.
Let's go ahead and, yeah. One nice thing about the lightning orb sorceress is you don't have to be, like, nearly as swappy. Oh, you are blocking my fireballs, you little shit. There you go. And yeah, most of the things down here are going to be either fire or cold. So, as you get into Act 3, you're going to be a little bit more upset by it. But... And this is the Fireball Orb Sorceress. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Whoa, why did that get multiple hits on me? That was a little bit weird. That was almost like a Zeal hit from the zombie. And yes, I am getting a little bit irritated at that little guy over there. Because he keeps reviving things. He's a pain in the butt. But yeah, farming levels would actually probably be a little bit more beneficial for my mercenary than for me, because technically if I'm playing smart, I shouldn't get touched. And where's your revival boy? There he is. Hi, friend. There you go. But yeah, if I'm playing smart and actually paying attention, I shouldn't get touched as a sorceress. It's just one of those things where I get distracted by chat. You only stop for XP if you have a close call with 90% XP bar and you take your time to level and get back to full speed. Yep. My impatience is my weakness. So let's see. We'll go ahead and grab those to sell. Identify you. You're garbage. For some reason, control click didn't work there. Let's go ahead and get rid of you first. And I really could use some, like... I really could use him bugged right now. I think I might actually try and get it. But, anyway. How's it going, fact checker, by the way? Hopefully well. Welcome to another stream. And no, teleport's not going to help me down here because, well, guess what? I have to kill everything anyway, so might as well take it easy. And get our extra point towards getting our other masteries. Get rid of him, get rid of you. Let's see. You're saying you was level 50 with 20 points in teleport. Oh god. Oh man, that actually hurts my soul. 20 points in teleport. I mean, it does make the cost cheap. So if you're like teleporting to get people to bail and having them kill it for you, that's actually not a terrible idea. But I like having my ability to handle anything I encounter and not have to run away. That's one of those like weird things that I like to do with like pretty much all the characters, is have a way that I can kill everything. Because I have a hate of immunities. But yeah, honestly, if you're having trouble in any areas, just take it slow. Favorite character for hardcore? Necromancer. Why? Bone Wall. That and Bone Armor. But Bone Armor goes without saying. Because if you have max Bone Wall and Bone Prison, Bone Armor becomes a very, very good. I was actually hoping that was for socket, but it's not. And you will notice I will randomly cast Orb. It's just habit. When I see something, I have the habit of right-clicking first. It's not a big deal because we have plenty of mana, but still. You're the teleport source in your group for leveling. Okay, that makes sense. That's whenever you want it really, really, really efficient. And Mercenary might die here to Corpse Fire. No, he's good. We will check the Feral Claws because those could be nice. I'm going to go ahead and drink that. And how many enemies do we have left? Enough. And it's done. Sweet.
This cave has been purged of evil.
Been fact-checking and misleading millions on socials. I am surviving. Oh, that would be kind of... Can't really do anything with it, though. I would like a Death Sentry Claw, but I'd rather have a magical one. So I'm going to go ahead and sell this one. Da-da-da, 27,000 gold. We could do some gambling if we wanted to as well. And yes, we are going to be using potions like a crazy person until we get caught up in level. You'll notice that we will be gaining a lot of experience. Let's go ahead and get that up to an Ort because we're going to cross 4 on it. Generally speaking, the ones that I keep more than 4 of are going to be things like Tears and Eths, where they have an alternate use. That is good for me. So if you notice, I don't always cut it off at 4. Like, I have Dole Runes floating around in here somewhere. I think it's on the, Dole Rune over there. I'm not crafting that one up because I'm just too lazy to get the gems back out for it. But I want to keep 4 of each of the normal gems. Not gems, runes. And like 2 of the high runes. I'll probably use them before that. I now have 1.86 million gold. I've got a lot of pennies. That, and I've been getting spammed by websites wanting me to promote their "We sell Diablo gold." Do you now? Do you sell Diablo gold? For how much? It's like, no, you don't sell Diablo gold. Diablo gold is pretty worthless. It's very easy to fill up on. And it's like, why? Why does this exist? This clause, you've been sitting on one, and no one can tell you if it's worth anything or not. I can tell you if I think it's worth anything, but I'm not a huge trading person. My opinion on trading is you should trade for what you need with things that you don't need.
Good day.
I'm thinking Paladin's going to be our next one, but we're going to be doing a Zealot, not a Hammerden. So, look forward to that one. And then that'll leave 4 classes left to do, which is going to be Assassin, Druid. Oh, those are cold immune, but they're barely cold immune if you didn't notice. See? Yeah, they're cold immune. Oh, darn. Whatever will they do? They're not fire immune, so I might as well kill them with a real spell, but still. I need them to drop more full rejuves as well. But yeah, what's the claw you are curious about? If it's a Sawaya plus 3 death. Okay. Death Sentry, Light Sentry, and Claw Block. 6% ED, 3 open socket. I mean, if you're going to make a Whirlwind Assassin, it could be good, but it's going to be really, really expensive to repair. If you guys are curious, the reason why Cold Mastery Piercing immunities is so powerful, it's not because it lets you do damage with cold, although that is kind of nice. It's because you may notice I am chilling those. Well, not that one. That one's lightning. But I am chilling them so they don't really get much in the way of, well, a chance to move. But yeah, it would be... It's 3 open socket. It would make an okay Chaos. But a lot of people who are going to be making Chaos don't want that massive repair bill. So, yes, it's very, very good. You'd have to find the right buyer, but to the right buyer, yes, it would be very useful, because the way I run my Chaos Sorceress is not Chaos Sorceress, Chaos Assassin is I'll actually run Chaos Claw, and I'll run Death Sentry, so I actually have the nice little explosions and stuff like that going on. And that's not an uncommon thing. So let's go with more Vitality, because that's all we're going to be dumping points into now, because we are on Softcore, we don't need High Block. But yes, that is a very good Claw. As you can see, yes, the chill time is short, but it's long enough that we can actually, you know, do other stuff with it. And you run into that a lot more in Act 2. And that combined with the mercenary chill is just nice. I'm assuming you're doing enhanced damage, not enhanced durability for the ED. But yes, it's worth trying to find the right buyer for. Because you'll probably find someone like me who probably has a high rune or something like that and likes that particular build. And is willing to pay that high repair cost. But the repair cost for that is going to be hundreds of thousands of gold. Just so you're aware of like why it's kind of like a mixed bag. Stony Field is exactly where we want to be. Guess I'll find... yeah, we're going to stick with Orb for this area. I don't think there's going to be... Yeah, we don't hit the cold immunes until the next area. Yeah, I'll find Rakinishu. I'll murder his face. It'll be fine. And yes, I am running through gold because I'm going to have to build up gold because we're going to be going through with a Zealot. I'm still debating what I want to put into that Alder's Mace. Yes, you could use the Ort Rune trick to fix it as well. That's one of the few situations where I'll actually use that repair formula. But honestly, in single player, I even still have enough that it's like, and I'm not too concerned about it. And look how much damage that still does. You can see his life chunking off of there, even though he's cold. And oh, we just lost our mercenary. Because I was trying to show something off. Damn you, game. I should have been paying attention to his life. It's fine. We got plenty of money. But yeah, the repair thing is good. Honestly, I wish Chaos had self-repair. If we're going to be really honest here. Because self-repair would be so nice. Oh, and one thing is, with the putting the gold in, you actually have to like calculate out exactly 2.5 million to put it in there. If you're over a little bit, it just won't put any in. It's like ridiculous. It's ridiculous, I say. But yeah, we'll start probably getting levels fairly quick. We'll probably be level 70 by Act 3. Which is, yes, still under-leveled, but we'll have caught up a little bit. Because I'm not going to be like rushing through or anything like that. Because the reason why I wish Chaos was actually able to do self-repair would be because you could then have it ethereal, which at its cost would not be that unheard of for like either self-repair or indestructible. Okay, flawless diamond, yes. Healing potion, yes. We guess we're gonna pick up some of these rejuves and make a full one.
Powerful magic.
So let's find ourselves that waypoint. You hope they fix. Let's see. Started your whole playthrough with level 6 paladin. You 2 or 3 shot everything with max out Holy Shock, but struggle with lightning immune mobs, even though you have 20 points in Holy Freeze for them. Yeah. For the Holy Shock thing, with the way immunities and stuff are working now in Diablo 2 Resurrected, Crescent Moon becomes a lot higher value. So if you have access to a Crescent Moon, try that out with that build, and you'll still struggle against lightning immunes. Don't get me wrong; it's just you'll struggle less because it can punch through most lightning immunes, just even Crescent Moon. So. Okay, so he needs to die. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a nest here. With how many of... Oh, there it is. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to change the immunity thing. I'm not terribly bothered by it. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. It needs to be balanced a little bit for Cold Mastery specifically. But I do kind of like it with certain builds because it doesn't diversify the builds. It just makes certain things viable earlier, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it's kind of one of those where you just kind of have to go with it and try and figure out your new strategies. Because I don't think that's going to be high on their fixed list. Although I do need to do one on, whatchamacallit? Fend. I need to do a video on that. Show off, like, why it feels different. It's still not great. I mean, you have so many better skills as a Javazon, but it's not bad. And yes, I am following the walls looking for the waypoint. Hell seems like a difficulty that's not actually meant to be beaten by your regular players, like an extra challenge for the daring. I wouldn't quite go that far, but it is definitely a lot more challenging than normal or Nightmare. Nightmare feels like how the game was intended to play to me. That's my opinion of Nightmare. Whereas Hell is more like, we want to make it somewhat challenging, where you need better gear and stuff like that. You actually need to farm for this. But before, Hell was like how it's intended to be played, and then they upgraded all the enemies, and now it's like a bit more difficult. You're open to farm most of the game as a pure cold, and you don't have Infinity yet, the way it is right now. I probably won't ever have Infinity online, and because I've already farmed for all this stuff before, so it's kind of like I would rather just enjoy the game and try out multiple builds, do some solo self-found, which is kind of where I get fun from. So, to each their own. Just a second, readjusting foot. But there's the waypoint. Sweet. Yeah, we actually really need this waypoint so we can get Kane. I personally like Fireball and Orb together, so we are probably going to die a few times in Hell until I get caught up on levels, too. Just as a heads up to everybody. Feel free to judge me for it. If I was doing hardcore, I wouldn't do it this way. So for that, we need amethyst. We'll craft it later. Actually, yeah, we'll craft it later. Let's see.
Greetings.
Do I think they're going to implement some quality of life changes like stackable runes, gems, or Kane being able to identify stuff in the cube? They need to make him able to identify stuff in the cube because that's base behavior. Just use Reaper's Toll on your Merc with Gladiator's Bane Armor and a Crown of Thieves, and you can use your Merc as a cheap tank if you're a source. Yep, I don't have any of those things, though. And I don't plan on trading for them. Those are good items, but I'm doing account self-found, as opposed to, like, solo self-found. You mostly played ladder on the old game, but it's really, I'm thinking you're just going to stay with non-ladder and have fun working to max out your characters. Yeah. Especially with how the ladder exclusives are. They're not exclusives anymore. Honestly, Mercenary right now is just mana battery. So I'd rather, if I could get it on a rogue, I'd be happier. But alas, my ass, you cannot. Let's get some light in here just to... I do love that I can actually see thanks to Orb. It's one advantage the Sorceress has over so many other characters. Because you have a scout skill, sort of. You don't need light radius, you just need Orb. Extra fast. Cursed could be a problem. Yep. Yeah, she whacked him once, and that was about a third of his life. And see, we can't break these because we don't have enough cold mastery. Hey, Mercenary, don't die on me. Oh, he's gonna die on me. What's the incentive to play ladder from scratch? Bragging rights. It's literally just leaderboard, and I think they're going to actually end up having the an archive of the leaderboards or something like that, if I remember correctly. But I might be thinking of something else. I might be thinking of a mod. Mostly played ladder, and yeah. But yeah, for the most part, I'm not too concerned about ladder unless they start making like some ladder-only like seasonal things, which I think would be cool. It would give me more incentive to play the ladder if you had like a set of like maybe a dozen rune words that they added each season or that were on rotation during the different seasons. But I'm not really big on going for the level 99 as fast as possible. Yeah. The level 98 to level 99, you gain so little power. It's not a significant boost in your strength. After about level 90, it's just kind of like, oh, yay, another level up. For awesome sauce. And this probably isn't the way, but I don't think that other one is looking promising either. We'll go this way. For now. We've got lightning boys, we've got skeleton archers, we've got the one cold immune set. So let's check this way. Oh, hi. Oh, god dang it. Oh, and thanks for not swapping to what I was trying to swap to, you sack of shit. Wow, I had to scroll my mouse wheel like 3 times to get to swap skills. For hell's sake. That's like, why?
Good day.
Let's resurrect. Oh, I don't have gold on me. Fine. And yes, he's going to be needing to be revived a lot until I can get to Inner Cloister. I suppose I could just blitz there if I wanted to. It's not that hard to do. And then come back for these other quests, but I want to kill things. They must be murdered. And the amount of, like, cursed enemies that we're getting is ridiculous. Oh, extra strong and cursed. That explains why he died so quickly. You facepalm so hard when you found out you can store your gold in shared stash to avoid losing a chunk of it. Yeah. A lot of people don't notice that one. Most builds have their synergies done by, 85 to 87. Is about normal for it. There are some that literally push it to 99. There's some that would require... Ow! You son of a butt. That would require more than 99 to actually finish all their synergies, but those are the outliers more than anything.
Thanks.
Let's go ahead and load those up, drink one ourselves, and yeah, we are getting experience quite quickly. We've almost leveled up again, and we've only been streaming for a grand total of like 30 minutes. And a good chunk of that was actually doing other things. Let's go ahead and drop those down. And one nice thing about fire, by the way, if you didn't know, it actually has an improved chance to cause reaction lock. Well, cause a reaction, which in turn causes reaction lock. Ouch. Yeah, oh god, no. Bad game. What, I'm guessing that's extra strong. If I had to guess, that or spectral hit. There he is. There's still, yeah, there he is. Okay, you get to die, good sir. Magic or fire enchanted and something else. So yeah, he's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Used up a lot of healing potions there. Let's see. You beat hell difficulty for the first time last night? Oh, I'm glad. Congratulations. Let's see. As far as the other thing, only one to come to mind for you is Lightning Fury's on, and she has 80 synergies. Necro ones can actually go over. But yeah, congratulations on beating hell difficulty. Now to beat the Ubers. Ubers are just extra stuff for post-game. They're kind of nice to have the torches for going through with future characters, but same for Diablo and the Annihilus, which is kind of nice to have for getting through. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. The Annihilus is kind of good for getting through with new characters too, but you're less likely to get that. This is online currently. We will be doing some offline stuff as well. Oh, speaking of which, we now have Meteor. So it's F1, F2, F3, F4. So now we actually have meteors, which I really do like the look of in this. They're not very strong yet because we haven't pumped it, but we can do meteors now. And this is the wrong direction, but we're going to still clear it out because it's going to be relatively easy to do. Uno momento, and I'll read that thing about achievements on PC, I think. The PC version could use achievements or for some extra goals to aim for. Yeah, achievements wouldn't be a bad thing to have on PC. Just have them tracked in your Blizzard account. Though that's less shown off than other things. Slow down one thing at a time. You just beat it, let you soak it in a little before the stress starts. Now you have to finish a holy grail. No. God, no. I don't recommend that for most players. It's one of those, it's cool to do achievement things, but not necessary. And one nice thing about this is I can actually burst out enough damage to usually keep the mercenary alive. So, we're getting a lot of gems. I feel like offline is more rewarding, solo, self-found, and all. Well, we've pretty much done this solo self-found. We did do a little bit with some other people at the very low levels. We gave away some tier runes and stuff like that, but pretty much everything I'm using, I've found. Do I really want to go Underground Passage in 2? No. Yeah, nothing stops you from playing it online, but it's a little easier to keep loyal to it. Like, if you are one to just maybe consider, oh, I'll just trade this one thing and kind of, like, ruin the whole, like, feel for you. There's less temptation there, let's put it that way. It's kind of like saying you can go to Vegas and not gamble, but if you're a gambling addict, you might very well gamble. And yes, I have teleport. I'm just not using it a lot because I want the experience. We've gained 2 levels since we started streaming. Is it really going to be down here? It probably is. And we've got a lightning enchanted, which is going to suck a little. Let's see. Is there a decent place to farm for Griffin's Eye, Lightning Diadem thing? Level 85 areas. Some of the act bosses are okay for it too, but level 85 areas. Remember playing solo self-found in Diablo 3 was like an extra challenge people set for themselves. The game was so reliant on the auction house initially. Yeah. Keeping a scene it listing in your head. So far it's been cool, but no plans to go full Grail mode. You don't plan to stash everything? What? Heathen. No. I don't plan to stash everything either. I do keep some odd things for early tricks and stuff, but hey, oh god, ouch. Yeah, lightning enchanted one of you kind of sucks a little bit. Don't want to be next to him either. So let's see. Healing potion, yes. But yeah, full Grail mode is definitely one of those things left for people who are really dedicated to the game. And I am going to be gathering a lot of amethyst. You may notice they just full-on reaction to that. They do the little, like, recoil back. Because I am doing enough damage with it that it's like, nah, it doesn't matter. So I think up there is our exit. Let's go ahead and take these out real quick. I have a feeling that our mercenary is going to die up here. Yeah, keeping track of what you have and don't have is a pain in the butt. That's one thing I like about Go Mule in the original version, is that it'll actually keep track of that stuff for you. You have a Flavy report that you can pull up, which basically lists all the items that you've gotten. Oh, that is a dual immune. Yep, that sucks. I can't actually hurt you. Leave me alone! Told you he was gonna die here. So far, the only odd item that you've kept is a wolf howl that rolled 3, 3, 6, 6, 150, 14, 14, 14. I would have to actually sit down and look at wolf howl to remember what those stats are, but it's not a terrible helmet. It's not one that I usually go out of my way for, but yeah, it's not bad. It's a fun, quirky thing. It's for weird builds. You need a spreadsheet to put every item that exists. I'd just fill up the spreadsheet as you go and just have it be rings, stuff like that. Managed to complete 18 sets. You're only missing Tal's Amulet. Hey! Tal's Amulet, farm Nightmare Andariel. I actually like... oh, crap, I'm forgetting the name of it. The +1 skill amulet that's a set item. It's for... I think it's Sazabi's, but it's one of them like that. Let's go ahead and organize. And then we'll resurrect the mercenary. Probably not going to fight that one lady again, but still. She be crazy. But yeah, he's going to make us go broke. Niraj is. Let's see. Spend your time in normal and nightmare just upgrading small rejuvenation potions so you had an entire stash page full of them. So I'll actually start dropping for mobs. You got an Arm of King Leorc today for farming for your Necromancer. Awesome. 6 points off max rolls across the item. Oh. Ouch. Vile Hunters in Underground Passage walloping your mercenary. Yeah. They like doing that. And the gear. We're currently using some rare gloves for resist, some rare rings for resist, a rare belt for resist. Same for the other ring and the other boots. These also have faster cast on them, by the way. That's the other reason why we're using them. I have Etlick for plus skills, Spirit Shroud because we found it. And Cannot Be Frozen is still nice, even on a Sorceress, even though it doesn't really affect your cast rate. We got Dual Spirit, we got Crap Spirit and Good Spirit, and then we have Lore. Why does no one build a Hydrosaurus? Because a lot of... They're not the worst thing ever. I'm going to try to think of how to be nice about it. They are not the worst thing ever, but they're also not good. They are a quirky thing. They're one of those things like you make if you want the challenge of making it. You can beat hell with them, but it's not really recommended for new players. It's kind of like trying to beat hell with fire traps. Hey, it's another Vidala's. I don't need another Vidala's. We already have one. We already have our onion bow. Thank you very much. And yes, we will probably be cussing a lot more on this character than with the Necromancer because, well, I get along better with the Necromancer. Fire Immune is... Actually, Fire Immune is not that common. I mean, yeah, it's common enough, but it's only like maybe a third of the immunities. So it's you can get around most immunities. Lightning Immune is about as common as Fire Immune. It's just easier to break. Let's go ahead and murder these. Does Diablo 2 Res still run classic play? Like, can you actually run classic characters? Is that what you're asking? Or are you asking if it uses the classic engine? Player 7 in a level 85 area, will it help? It depends on how you're farming that level 85 area. Because the level 85 areas, if you're just killing the bosses, no, it won't do anything. If you're killing the just trash mobs, then yes, it will do some stuff. But the unique enemies will just drop the same amount regardless of the player count, whereas the trash mobs, like what we're fighting right now, will drop more if you have a higher player count. Normally, I'd go for like players 5. If I was trying to like optimize for speed versus drops. You can still play classic characters, yes. It is worth noting that you can't play you can only play the like transferred characters single player, but still. You can actually play classic as in no LOD. And you can play classic as in the characters that you made in single player back in the day. Hopefully that answers all the potential questions that were on that. Can think of a few others, but still. Those are probably the most common of them. And yeah, I will be reading chat a little bit less while we are in hell difficulty, at least until I get up to a point where like my mercenary can, tank everything. Let's see. For farming the diadem, I'd just aim for the bosses and then just do it on players 1. Kill the bosses as quickly as possible, and because that'll get you the highest chance of getting that. Other than solo hell cows, what's a good place for an ice sorceress to casually farm for the monarch? ancient tunnels somewhere else. Anywhere that you can kill just trash mobs. You don't want to kill boss monsters when you're looking for a base for a rune word. You actually want to be killing like these carvers and stuff like that. But yeah. Let's see. I may have to pull out the backseat command just to be on the safe side, but I don't think we're going to have that. Had one the other day that was really backseaty. But that was, it's fine. So let's go ahead, grab our gold. Stab that. Fireball them. For the most part, they're fine. Over the 2 dungeons at Bloodraven on Hell, never fails to find I mean, you may just be getting lucky there, but that's fine. Hey, Steven, how's it going? We need to find ourselves the Treehead Woodbutt. Actually, not sure where he's hiding. Where are you, Woodbutt? Did we actually pass by him and not notice it? Could he actually be up here? No, that's a camp. There's Woodbutt. Okay. Let's kill the camp first, just so we don't... Oh, nope. We got him. We've got him on us. And I should grab that XP shrine now that I think about it. Let's grab that. There we go. While we still have a lot of things to deal with. Where's Treehead Woodbutt? Come, Woodbutt, where are you? There you are. Mercenary fall back. There you go. Got him. Rare rings, pretty solid. We can take out the camp for some extra XP. IK is a fairly decent set to use. Sadly, giving like values and prices really just isn't super reliable. Because unfortunately, prices change. It's not like there's some universal market that you can track like in Eve or something like that. So let's start getting our meteor up. That'll actually boost our fireball damage as well significantly. Got yours just popping boxes in the mausoleum. Awesome. Oh, she's already down. I can't hurt you. Kill it for me, mercenary. There you go. Awesome. We did use up a few full rejuves there, unfortunately. Is it any good? Nope. It's really not good. Ew. That's actually kind of gross.
This ancient tree has an aura of magic.
Oh, why did I had it on the wrong skill? There we go. So for this, we're actually going to go teleport happy. If we find the waypoint along the way, awesome sauce. But I'm looking for, that's going to be our next area. There's our tower. There's our waypoint. Nice. And there's another experience shrine. We'll use that whenever we do the tower. Because we are going to do the tower. Yes, we'll have to use the mercenary to kill off the nonsense, but...
the monastery. Andariel's stronghold.
We want to get this waypoint as well. You already maxed out Frozen Orb and Cold Mastery. Honestly, with the Fireball Frozen Orb, you actually want to lean heavier into fire. Because you're trying to get through the game with it. You're not trying to necessarily farm with it. And what you do farm with it is going to be stuff like Andariel and Duriel, which is a lot easier to kill with fire. That Rejuve just saved me about 30,000 gold. Yeah, semi worth it. New World came out the other day. Friends are trying to talk you into playing it with them. The last MMO you played was Guild Wars 2 back whenever it came out. Last MMO I played consistently was Guild Wars 1, if that tells you something. You're doing your first Hell Cows run. Your mercenary's kind of weak. You can kill them, but it's slow even at level 82 with Blizzard build. You only have +2. You should have more plus skills. Make yourself a spirit sword and a helmet. There's +3. As far as farming Stones of Jordan from Nightmare and Dariel, it's fastest that way, yes, but it still takes a while. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. Polearm Pierre Tombole Quant. I actually am butchering that. It's not a bad polearm. It's a good kind of like, as you're going through, I'll sometimes use that like on a Fury Druid or something like that as I'm going through. But as far as just like, is it end game? Is it like the best in slot weapon for anything? No. Have I done solo Ubers as Necro? Not in a very, 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 very long time. That was back before I retired the first time. Let's go rescue Kane. I usually don't bother with the Ubers. They don't really do too much for me. It's just a rando challenge. Oh, and we got a bad pattern. We're not going to get 7 uniques today because we got a bad pattern on our stones. Go for Fireball, Frozen Orb Source. You've maxed out Fireball and Firebolt, currently at level 85. Usually I go Fireball, Meteor, Fire Mastery, and Frozen Orb as my max skills. And then I'll usually dump Rest into Firebolt and my 1-point wonders. Not necessarily in that order, but that's the end goal. Yeah, it can be done. Go get yourself some Urdars from Act 4. Just go to the River of Flame, grab some Urdars, and go on in with that. Fine, full rejuve on you. Stop fucking dying, please. I should just teleport in and grab Kane, but... And we're not gonna. There we go. And it's even more Skelly Bros. Nice.
Get to the rogue camp.
Teleport. Get back here, mercenary. Thank you. Ooh. And that got us more full rejuves than it cost. Sweet. Mercenary, can you not try and, like, just hug his face? That'd be actually really awesome sauce. I was trying to get up there to get the full rejuve. Insights are a 4-socket one, not 5. But yes, necromancers can do Ubers. There's a few classes that struggle with them. Necromancers aren't one of them. I haven't made an infinity in a very long time. I just transfer the one around, so I don't remember how many sockets it is. I think it's 5. That's one of those things you kind of look up whenever you're ready to make one, which means you're going to be late game with a lot of high runes. And we're level 58. We will probably get level 70 by the end of this stream. Ethereal Threshers are fairly solid. Here, I'll tell you exactly how many runes it takes. If this page loads. Oh, nope. Infinity's 4-socket. It's Bear Malbarist. I thought it was 4-socket. And it is. It's the 4 sockets of doom! Usually you did the mercenary bug to make sure he's not always dying, especially when running through Tel and Darl. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the inner cloister yet. And I can't be arsed to reroll town to get this to work for me.
What can I do for you?
Because you can reroll town and get him to bug with the rogue encampment, but it's a 50-50 chance kind of thing. It's not really consistent. So let's see. Do I actually want to... I need the mana. Otherwise, I would totally use the Hone Sudan. I think we might. How are your resistances without anything? I'm going to go ahead and give him some damage reduction. It's not really better. He's still going to die to elemental things like crazy. But this will at least give him a little more survivability against the things that are a problem for us. You never played Diablo 1. Do you think it's a bit too archaic for today? The always walk themes. Diablo 1 is tedious. It's a good game, and the spell system in it is actually kind of awesome, but it's... yeah. But yeah, it's one of those... I would try it, and if you don't like it, refund it. That, or just look up... There's actually standalone little demos that'll let you do a little bit of it. That used to exist. I don't know if they still do. So let's go Outer Cloister. Oh yeah, we wanted to do Tower, which is going to be a horrible thing. Depends on where you found the Thresher, but I think Threshers cap out at 5.
This place holds many.
In fact, I'm fairly certain it caps out at 5. So you'd get 5 from Larzik. Most of the time. No, Arcane Sanctuary is... I actually don't remember the exact level, but I know it's not an 85 area. Well, there went Mercenary. Good lord, sir. What are you? Oh, you are dead. But that just nuked Mercenary there.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm thinking of War Scythe and stuff like that. So let's go ahead. Did she give us a good ring? It's not terrible. It gives us better resists if we need it. It's kind of hard to get ones that are guaranteed 4-socket. Just as a heads up, like the elite sides that are actually any good. Should you farm Pits or Diablo? It depends on what you're looking for. I generally prefer Diablo. If you can do it fast enough, I prefer Diablo. Chaos Sanctuary, to be specific. Back in the day, you just play Firewall, Sorceress, and Normal, and Nightmare because of the enormous damage. Now mobs with Inferno are dealing better damage, so you're wondering, does the ticks for Firewall are up too? Firewall is still decent damage. Inferno sucks ass unless it's cast by a monster. Can't recall if this was the same in Classic, but you can't use waypoints when under attack. Your character says, I can't or impossible. That might be a lag issue. And can you do anything with this spell in Hell? Oh, Firewall? Yeah. There's a few Firewall builds that are Hell viable. It's just you have to get good with aiming Firewall. You're looking for hammered in gear? Just get a bunch of spirits and plus skills. And resists, of course. Of course, Paladin Shields, easy source of that. Let's see. There it is. When in doubt, teleport out. Yep. I'm not sure you're going to find an Arachnid super easy, but it's a very good one. Leave my mercenary alone, you fools! Long, narrow freaking hallways. The Countess is dual immune fire cold. Yes, usually. I can kill her minions, though. See, the exit is up this, so we want to go that way, if it'll let me. There we go. But yeah, there's a few firewall builds. Firewall Blizzard is the popular one right now. For those that are curious, you prime into you prime into Blizzard, and then you get Firewall as the support. How's it going, Kenny? You have low level 4. You have a low level 4 open socket paladin shield that you have no use for, but at low levels, I'm just making a basic one is fine. For spirit. Professionally, you're artist, right? Do you do commission work or something else entirely? Professionally, I'm currently unemployed, but yeah, I do art on the side. I haven't done any commissions in a while, but I have thought about opening that up. That or actually just selling art directly through posters and stuff like that. Because I've been working on learning how to make D&D maps, and I've been working on making posters for those. Oh, extra fast ghosts. Lovely. Let's go ahead and duck in here. Take those out, get ourselves some gold, and then we'll deal with all these freaking ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Doing all right out for a drive today, so being out of the house is nice. Yeah, I need to go for some walks in the near future. Mercenary, stop dying. But yeah, pandemic has not been friendly to me. So, hasn't been friendly to my friends either. I know a lot of people who have had friends or family members pass away because of it. So, yeah. It's been I've gotten by with the better luck of people I know. So, yeah. You thought I was Orb Light without Infinity? I could do Orb Light without Infinity. It's perfectly possible. It's about the same as doing Fireball Orb. It's just a little bit more weird in terms of getting your kind of stuff set up. Because faster cast is more a necessity for that. What's the fastest way to level up? Level 21, you should be doing tomb runs in Act 2. And then once you hit 25, you can pretty much go anywhere you feel comfortable. How have I ever thought about selling my body for extra income? I mean, most jobs I've had, I was selling my body for extra income, just not in the sense you're implying. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I try to keep a positive feel about things, because once you dive into that negative kind of space, you are going to have real problems. So when things get rough, you just kind of got to keep going until you figure out some way to deal with it. So let's see. Lightning Fire, Cold Sorcerer to farm Hell Countess. I would probably go for Lightning if I had to choose. If you're going Sorceress just explicitly for Countess, Lightning. But generally speaking, if you're going to be farming Countess, I would farm Nightmare Countess, because you're going to get about as much from it. You can get higher runes on Hell Countess, but it's really, really not worth it. And yeah, there's still enemies in there. I can hear them getting hit. Kill their mercenary. Go do it. I should probably get away. There we go. But yeah, we could have gotten these runes from normal difficulty. So get rid of that. Let's go ahead and get healing potions. Healing potions. I do find it weird that I can only gather gold while moving. It doesn't just automatically snag it up. The keys make up for it, though. Yeah, if you're going to be doing post-game stuff. But if you're going to be farming keys, you generally... I'd rather do that with like somebody who has Enigma. Just go in there with a paladin and pop pop. You're dead. I really should upgrade those doles. Your orb fireball and you can farm countess. Killer minions and your merc handles are no problem. Yeah, our under-leveled mercenary handles are no problem. It's not like she's terribly, insanely difficult. And her minions are usually just cold immune. So let's go ahead and grab healing potions because we're not out of full rejuves. We just have one left. And this is not a terrible ring. If you happen to find something like this and need resist, don't be afraid to use it. You don't always need faster cast. I just do it for convenience sake with teleport. Your orb, fireball, and okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's just read through all of those. You barely reach 70 FCR, too low for light. Yeah. I need to check how much FCR I actually have on this character. I think I'm currently at 80% with a bad spirit. Still can't play with anyone. Been soloing the last week on console. Yeah, console I've been hearing the horror stories of. So I don't have it on console, so I can't really do a proper review on it, but okay, so we've got that. Do we want to bother getting... Actually, it's up this way. Do we really want to bother getting the malice? We could. It's not the worst thing ever. What should you make as the second character to beat hell with? You really do not want to make a summon necro. Bone necro is actually my preferred necro. But it depends on what class you want to play. Bone necro is probably... It's slow, but it's easy. Whereas I'd probably say the hardest one for most new players will be Barbarian for like hell difficulty. But that's just because he has to be able to hit stuff. And there's our next level up. We're finally over 200 vitality. Sweet. More meteor. Xbox? Yeah. I'm not a huge Barbarian fan. If you guys didn't notice... It's not meant to be an offense to anybody who likes Barbarian. More power to you. I just don't like it that much, so I don't play it very often. Got to get that gold find up and right. I can do that without a Barbarian. I actually gold find with Paladins, so... Yeah, you can hork bodies for a little bit of extra gold, but in terms of just speed running the council for gold, I generally prefer I prefer that there Paladinio boy. Because I can kill it fast enough to overcome the difference in not getting the extra drops. Mercenary, don't die on me. That's what we saw. Grab those. No full rejuves in all of that. Is there any way to deactivate Bone Prison? It's a proc on your gear and it keeps getting you killed. What gear do you have? Oh, never mind. I know what gear you have. No, there is no way to deactivate it. You can't even unsummon it. That's the downside of Bone Prison. I actually prefer Bone Wall. You've been enjoying Summon Necro, played it for years. We'll play hardcore and do quite well, yeah. Assassin is pretty reliable as a starter build, too. Can't stand melee builds, you need AoE. That's what Zeal is for. Tried Battlefield 2042 beta today. It's become painfully obvious your GTX 1080 is not up to snuff anymore. Oh, I was gonna try that. Now I'm not. I have a 1080 as well. That's what I play on. Oh, geez. Paladin bow build. Depends on which one you're referring to. I made a brand one, but generally speaking, there's just exploding arrow with piercing is what you want. So Demon Machine works and stuff like that. Kuko Shikaku with a Razor Tail can work. You made a Wind Druid. Best places to farm? Everywhere. Wind Druid can farm anywhere he wants. It's one of the Necro wands, Scythe. If it's what I'm thinking it is. I mean, I don't have every piece of equipment memorized by heart. I have other things in my head. And it's usually zombies. You know, the cranberry kind. I'm pretty sure most of you are not going to get that stupid-ass joke, and I apologize. But you want to stick to one of each class. Your Paladin is an Uber Smiter. And just found Baba nice fit for Gold Find. Yeah, Barbarian would be number 2 for Gold Find for me. You're doing Druid only Grail? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, but no, Druid isn't that bad. Really, the Wind Druid can go anywhere once you have good gear. It's just whatever you feel like farming that day, because the cold and physical combo, there really isn't a place that completely blocks that off. And your tornadoes will wreck face at high level, too. And apologies if I get behind on chat every now and then. Once we hit about like 30 people, if I'm doing a more difficult area such as Hell difficulty, I will sometimes get behind on it. You've been farming Lower Carras for 40 hours? I'm really sorry. That is such a mundane thing to do. It's boring, but it's efficient. You found Nat's armor? That means your Magic Find luck is going to be good. It's Arm of Leorc? Yeah. That's the one I was thinking of. Which level 85 is the most challenging for me? I mean, am I being forced into a specific build? Because I have builds for like each of them. I would have to say the hardest level 85 area is actually Maggot Lair. Because yes, I think it's floor 3 is level 85 in Maggot Lair. He is lightning enchanted, you prick. As I teleport right onto his face.
Thanks.
Let's not do that. I don't feel like dealing with him. You have 1 Sir, 1 Low, 2 Om. Yeah. Honestly, Lower Carras is less efficient online than it is offline, but still fairly quick if you have a good, faster cast teleport source. What do I recommend farming when you just get to Hell? If you're having trouble getting through Hell, farm the Pit in Act 1. It's just outside of here. Every class can farm the Pit. It's just easier for certain ones. Any rune words or something that can help you get through Hell on non-ladder? Depends on your class, really. Because different classes want different rune words. There are like just consistently good ones like Crescent Moon, Grief, Infinity are all good, like regardless of your class. Yeah, Maggot Layer 3 is 85. Smoke is really good for resists and really easy to get, in Nightmare even. You've not got a smiter set up at the moment, but 2 points off max Drax, G-Toe, G-Phase. Yeah, that's actually a fairly solid thing for a smiter. Get yourself a Grief as well for the smiter. Maggot. Yeah, there's a few level 85 areas that people don't farm because they're inconvenient. Mausoleum's another one. Missing the Drax and G-Toe for sure. Yeah, Goblin Toe is nice. If you can't get a Goblin Toe, another good option is the more expensive and harder to find, but less used. Oh crap, I'm forgetting the name of it all of a sudden. It's the unique exceptional plated boots. Gore Rider. Best armor for Mercenary. Depends on what your build is. Treachery or Fortitude are the most popular, though. Duress is good as well. Where did I find Drax and G-Toe? I have found them all over the place, but not online. Ladder Rune Words can be used in non-ladder and D2R? Yes. You're a Frozen Orb Source. Treachery or Fortitude. You like Treachery more? It depends on what I'm running as to whether I like Treachery more or not. Try to get Spirit, only let you get 3 sockets on a Crystal Sword. That's because you got it in normal. You have to get it from normal cows or Nightmare difficulty, but you can actually get an easier Spirit by just getting a Broadsword, because they cap out at 4 sockets, so no matter where you find the Broadsword from Nightmare onwards, it will always go 4 sockets with Larzik. Yeah, Gore Rider. You watched some videos that told you ladder rune words can't get used on End Ladder online. That is true of the not resurrected version of the game, but on Resurrected you can use ladder rune words. Got a 5 open socket phase blade, just need the runes. Cool, nice. Does Grief helps it? The plus 400 damage, or however much you roll on it, gets added to the smite damage. That, and it's exceptionally fast, and the speed of your attack actually determines the speed of your smite. Wearing Skin of the Viper Magi, Spirit Sword, Ancient Pledge, and Lore. That's actually fairly solid. Yeah, that's a fairly solid setup. Does anyone ever farm Duriel? Not in multiplayer, usually. There is a way to kind of get quest drops from him, but it's not worth the trouble. Let's see. Get Dual Spirit with Crystal Sword and Monarch. I actually prefer... I've kind of been leaning more towards Broadsword lately. Crystal Sword is fancier, and I do have a few Crystal Sword insights, but... generally speaking, I will recommend the Broadsword before I'll recommend the Crystal Sword, just because it's so much more consistent. Which Mercenary do I like for normal difficulty? Playing one of each class through normal, and it feels like the Mercenaries are gold sinks. You can just stick with the Act 1 Mercenary, and she'll survive a little bit better than most of the other choices in normal difficulty. Once you get to Nightmare, the Act 2 Mercenaries can be pretty good. If you're dead set on an Act 2 Mercenary, the Prayer one... The Act 3 Cold Mercenary can be okay, but it's not going to do a ton of damage. The Act 5 Barbarian, generally good whenever you get to Nightmare in Hell. In normal difficulty, yeah, he's tanky enough, but he doesn't really do much until you get him a good weapon. And I think I am going to just zip through this area. Let's see, facing down. Give Viper. You're 84 still using stealth. I mean, I have used stealth through hell difficulty many a time, so I don't judge you for that. It's a very good armor, though. Use broadsword unless you run into a crystal sword and normal cows. Yeah, that's generally the best idea, because the monster levels in Nightmare can be high enough that it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But now we can bug Mercenary. Let's clear this area out. Just make sure there's nothing that's going to just completely murder him in here. Like those. For some reason, I couldn't move there for a second. I was like stuck inside the wall or something. Yeah, those barrels are not cooperating very well. Nope, he's trying to escape. No, mercenary, don't escape. You stay in there. You are my prisoner, good sir. And while we're bugging him, there you go. He's bugged. Partisan Nightmare Larzak does 4 sockets. Bills also do 4 sockets for insight. Give you the best idea ever. Firewall source and maggot lair. If you can get a good perpendicular stretch of maggot lair, yes, firewall can be very nice. But if you are stuck in a long hallway and you can't get that good perpendicular, you're screwed. Farm Nightmare Andy, you got Mesh, Diablo, and Bale from Meph. From 6572 when you found it off Meph. Any of these cool rune spawning chests is there in Lower Kuras. There's usually 2 per fire. We're not in Act 3 right now, otherwise I'd show it to you, but you're looking for a campfire with a group of like tiki torches around it, and there will be a building to the northeast and a building to the northwest. There's going to be 3 chests, 2 in the northwest, 1 in the northeast, and you'll have a weapon rack in the one in the northeast. It's very consistent once you know what it looks like, but it's still there. Mercenary with Shaft Stop or Duriel Shell, which is better? If you're having trouble keeping him alive, use the Shaft Stop, but I prefer Duriel's Shell because it makes him kill faster. And it's got resist on it. Am I aiming for a Shaco or a Lore Rune Word? I am using a Lore right now. If I get a Shaco, I'll use it, but still. Getting stuck is what happens when you click out of bounds. You stop moving. Yeah. It's one of the things they've added, because that didn't used to happen. Where can I farm good charms? Cows are good. Chaos Sanctuary is good. Just in general, the Council is good for farming charms as well. You're actually early hell with a Frozen Orb source. Cool. Second Viper with 33 res. What do you think you can get for it? Probably a rune. Armor rack just north of them. Yeah, there's an armor rack next to the campfires as well. I always forget to pop it, but yeah, it is worth popping as well because you can get some pretty good stuff off of it. Might Mercenary or Holy Freeze depends on the build. For a summoner, I would 100% go Might out of those 2 choices, unless you are running very specific subsets of builds. Go ahead and get rid of you. And let's see if we can get Mercenary to stay alive for more than half a second. There we go. Oh, we've got a full rejuve again. Sweet. Few people know, but you also have an armor rack in this tile in Lower Kuras. It's between the 2 buildings to the top left. Yeah, it's northeast of the top building. Never do Lower Kuras online. You won't get good runes unless you have 7 to 8 I usually run it in Bale runs. I'll hop into a Bale run or a Cow run or anything like that. Any XP run. Hop in there, run through Lower Kuras real quick, grab what you can, and then join the run. For farming good charms or gear, is mandatory to go with Magic Find or better enemies one shot. Okay, for farming good charms or gear, is mandatory to go with Magic Find or is it better to one-shot the enemies? If you're looking for charms or runes, you don't need any Magic Find. If you're looking for like Shaco or something like that, any kind of like unique like Harlequin quest, yes, you need Magic Find. Generally speaking, Magic Find is a trap that people get into, not realizing that most of their gear are rune words or stuff like that. Yep, single player, find a good map with 2 campfires and get a teleport source. Yup. 2-socket Bonehew Ogre Axe or an Ethereal Balrog Spear for your Act 2 Mercenary. I'd go with Bonehew out of those. Drop a couple AMs in it or something, or a shale in an AM. It's always 1 fire in Lower Kuras, but it can spawn 2, so that is why it's a good place for single player where you can restart the map. Yep. Worth making him Blood Helm at this point. I usually use one until I can get him Leech from somewhere else, yes. What level am I now? 59. We're under-leveled. Generally, I'd recommend being your mid-60s or early 70s by start of Hell. Is mercenary being squishy on hell normal? Until you get good gear for them, yes. And you may notice, like, the normal enemies are generally going to ignore him. Like, see, he's going to run past them. But the kind of, like, tough ones are going to be things like the Tainteds and stuff like that, because they can see him. So we do need to be, like, aware of them. Because they will murder his face. I have not run into that error myself, so I'm sorry I can't be much help there. I would contact Blizzard support. They'll probably ask you, like, your system specs and stuff like that, if you've done any mods. Let's go ahead and grab those. I can't carry anymore. Oh no, whatever will I do besides move my inventory around? Oh, we have 3 full rejuves. Let's go ahead and dump those down. We have that, and that in there. Let's check these vampire bones. We will take the full rejuve and get ourselves another column of them. Is this any good? Yes. Is it good for us? Also yes, actually. Because that brings our fire resistance up to 0. And that is actually just decent gloves. If it had an increased attack speed, it'd be great gloves, but it don't. So it's just good. Let's see. Clocking back in and checking out the stream. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back, all your data. Even with good gear, you need to keep an eye on him. Yes, even with good gear, he can get himself into trouble. With really high-end gear, it's not as bad, but he still can just ace himself. These are on console, so they should know what my specs are. That's actually weird. I would 100% contact support then if it's on console, because that means you found like a fatal error. You might be having issues with like your actual hardware too. Clarify the mercenary bug thing for anyone wondering. Melee mobs will ignore him, but range will target him, and AoE things like lightning will still hit him. Yep. It has to do with how the targeting system works. Basically, the melee characters, they'll never recognize... They still know he's there. They can still react to him. If you want to actually see them react to him, cast out some bone walls and make it so that he is the only thing they can find, and they will actually target him. The thing is, they don't think he's the closest target, because their AI for melee enemies, and this is why certain enemies will target him that have mixed melee and range, is if their AI prioritizes the closest target, they're going to not see him as the closest target when he's bugged. Let's see. For Endarl, Bale is a tedious process, but yes, Bale can drop every item in the game. Worth noting that other enemies can drop every type of item in the game. The thing is, Bale is the one who can only drop, you'll hear a thing referred to as Bale charms. He's the only one that can drop those, and they're specifically like super high level charms. Let's see. You found so many from chests and other clickables so far. I think I missed your other message, unfortunately. Let's scroll up. I don't know what you were finding from chests. I'm sorry. Yeah, the immunes before Bale are a pain in the ass, but... Let's see. Do I want to murder stuff here? I could just teleport through and just play like I'm a speedrunner, but no, I'm going to chill. I'm going to get some levels. You have a hard time with trades? I hate trading myself. I prefer trading based on what value it is to me rather than what value it is on the market. But there are people who are like super in touch with it. Do I have any thoughts on Median XL? It's a cool mod. Not my personal cup of tea, but I think it's a decent mod that's worth playing through once at least. And if you like Diablo 2, you might actually really like it. Whereas a lot of people who like Diablo 2 don't necessarily like things like, you know, Path of Exile or anything. Oh, you were just adding to the general Magic Find conversation. The thing about chests is they don't rely on Magic Find. So what you get out of a chest, it doesn't matter if you have 0 Magic Find or 15,000 Magic Find. You're going to get the same drop from that chest regardless. Magic Find pretty much just affects kills. But yeah, if you like Diablo 2 mods, definitely check out Median XL though. And hoping the boss is not cold immune. He might be considering how resistant these guys are to it. Nope, he did. He's not cold immune. Or not cold immune enough to survive that. We got lightning boys. Lightning is probably the most important resist you can get, by the way. That's why you'll often see me favoring it, and we actually have 75% lightning resist right now. Because most of your most dangerous enemies are lightning based. That is correct. Magic Find does not impact rune drops. It has absolutely 0 effect on it. It doesn't help or hinder it. Ouch. So you are lightning enchanted. So are you. I'm trying to shoot through the door and it keeps trying to target him. There we go. Nice. But we need the levels up. Let's see. Tried playing the game on a controller. Running around and fighting is actually surprisingly comfortable, but inventory and stat management turns into a chore. Yup. That's the big downside of it. Of course, that kind of management on a lot of older action RPGs is that way. I remember Diablo 1's console port being a little bit tedious in that regard, too. Found a Stone of Jordan out of a tomb in the Countess Tower. Wish you had that kind of luck with runes. Oh, yeah. Would be nice. I'm always going to get cursed or lightning enchanted. We have kind of resigned ourselves to that. That room is not what I want, so we're just going to continue on out of there. Third path, third path. Multi-shot extra strong is not a huge threat. That's actually an easy boss. Let's see. Vita plus 41 to 45 to life. So if the item level of the Grand Charm is above level 91. Yep. If it drops from a level 91 or higher monster, basically. You can get that on it. Personally, I'm not too bothered with that. No, I'm on softcore. I don't play hardcore online. I only play hardcore in single player. You find a lot of items online. You think that it's illegal to get items like that. Interesting, the Magic Find doesn't help runes gems. Yep. Median XL is challenging at times. All the fire immunes, so all the orbs. And also, all the champions means all the XP. Which classes are S tier, which are A and B? It just depends on your playstyle. Would I support a new class being added to Diablo 2? Your opinion is that it's better adding a new system like runewords. It's better than adding a new system like runewords since it wouldn't affect the non-interested player base too much. I think a new class would be fun. I don't see them adding it, but I think it would be fun. I think it'd be kind of fun to have Probably another team player. Paladin is the most consistent at the top of the lists, yes. It's number 1 or 2 in most tasks you're going to be doing.
I can't carry anymore.
The main thing about adding new features that needs to be a little bit cautioned about is you'll end up with bloat like what Path of Exile has. If you go like too ham on it. Like if they were to add a new class or something every season or something, that would be ridiculous. I would like more sets, more rune words. More acts is kind of a hit or miss. It's 4:30. Ah, you are in Europe. It is just now 9:30 here. It will probably be like 2:30 before I get done with this evening. But and by the way, you will never break Gargoyle Trap immunity. They have 1,000 cold immunity, 1,000% cold resist. Depends on what druid build and stuff like that, as well as what's S tier and what's not. And also the player behind it. There are some people who just cannot do Hammerdins. And it's just because their brain does not wrap around how the hammers aim. Llama says the Sorceress is best because of teleport. That's because he's a speedrunner. It would take forever to find an Enigma rune word. But yeah, that's because he's a speedrunner. In terms of magic find, you don't always need teleport. It's nice, but it's not necessary. You mean the rest of the quest in Act 4? I'm assuming. Sleep! It's very nice. Okay, you think that Blizzard is asking for this? Any and all new content is good. Paladin is a good multiplayer class. Every class has an S tier build. Yeah. Or at least an A tier build. I'm pretty picky as to like what I'm going to consider S tier. So... Oh, lightning enchanted and holy shot. Sweet. You're going to hurt like a truck. You know that? And no, I didn't mean to shoot the fireball there. It was just me left-clicking. Let's see. Story is done. They've come up with more bad guys for extra acts. Like, yeah, they'd have to come up with other stuff. Although you could actually integrate the lesser evils into it. I don't necessarily need a new act. I wouldn't mind a new post-game kind of act kind of thing, though. Like a proper act that is reachable, kind of like how you do the Ubers and stuff like that, but have it be like a red portal to this new act with just some 6 quests in it. You could do it that way. That's not the only way I could see it feasible. You love how I use Frozen Orb as a flashlight? I mean, the game is freaking dark. I need a flashlight to find my own ass in this place. I also use it to scout rooms so I can hear if they're getting hit or not. Is Druid really the weakest overall? It depends on what you're doing, because Druid can actually outclass Barbarian in a lot of things. You say Paladin at S tier because Llama killed Ubers in under 24 hours, with a Pally with crap gear because he had a team. It reduces no drop chance for all mobs, which is the player's count, yeah. Necrosaurus is S tier because glass... You think Necrosaurus aren't S tier because glass cannons die in the most stupid ways? The Necromancer's not a glass cannon, though. If you play him properly, he's almost unkillable. New class DLC would be cool to bring, like, D3 back into D2. I would not mind seeing... I'm trying to think what I would like to actually see as far as classes go. I actually wouldn't mind something a little bit more two-handed weapon focused. I know that shield meta is shield meta, but I would actually really like to see something two-handed based. The druid is sometimes two-handed based, but and yes, I absolutely abhor those mages. Yeah, see, these guys are just completely ignoring him. So I could just let him do whatever the hell he wants. Javazon is strongest for like non-uber boss killing and probably Bale. Sorceress the fastest without gear. If you're a skilled player, yes. I wouldn't mind seeing the other Actimerses getting auras or at least some kind of other perk or a damage boost or something. You'd like to see a map rift system? That wouldn't be too terrible. There's our lightning enchanted boy. Mercenary, can you not kill yourself on him, please? Mercenary's gonna kill himself on him. No? Okay. You'd just like to see the skills balanced better. I would like to see Inferno fixed. And I think a Necromancer could probably do it. I don't think it would be able to kill it quite as quickly, but I think it would be able to do it. I teleported out a little bit late there. We have Cannot Be Frozen, though, so it's not that big of a deal. Where is the boss pack? Did we already kill it? I think we already killed it. Yeah, we already killed it. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's right there. Hi, guy. How you doing? Hi, I'm a dude. Oh.
Thanks.
Overall, just no. I don't think map hack being legal will ever happen. And as far as those other ones, the trick is they have trouble tracking them. So, I mean, they'll find one, they'll shut that down, and then they'll end up being kind of just like 12 more crop up. So it's kind of like armor and armor and weapons. You are just in an arms race with the other. Someone develops armor to stop your weapon, you develop a better weapon. And then they have to develop an armor to stop that weapon. Expecting perfect prevention of online cheats is unrealistic. Would using the imbue quest for a chance at Zon gloves be worth it, in my opinion? Not really. I mean, you could. It's not going to hurt anything, but I'd rather just shop them from Anya. Just shop some magic ones. Harder but no resist mobs? That would be kind of nice. Get two-shotted in the middle of a crowd. That's usually resists getting completely destroyed. In just a second, I'll read chat. I'm trying to kill these two little numpties. You'd love to see a Necro semi-budget Uber kill solo guide, not with absolutely ungodly gear. I mean, revives. And you'd want to teleport staff for it. That's your cheap option. Let's see. Love for your game to let you load in and play. You keep getting kicked on the loading screen. That's kind of a weird one. I would contact Blizzard support. That's all I can really offer with that one. Zon gloves drop all the time in hell too. Yeah, but you can shop them from Anya really easy. Plus 320 IAS. Let's see. This should be the... Nope, that's corner. There's the stairs. Boop. Give me my portal, and now we're going to try and kill Andariel at level 60. It's not terrible. It's not great. Open. Thank you. I'm going to do FPS real quick. No, my ping is fine. You mean rare ones? But yeah, good magic ones are just fine. You can get plenty of plus skills even without like really high-end gear. Chaos Sanctuary built as an imitation of a cathedral because the Diablo one, and it was the other way around. Diablo mocked the warrior for slaying him in the Tristram Cathedral. I don't know the lore behind why it looks like a cathedral, but yes, it is intentionally modeled after one. A boss mob in there somewhere. I don't know what oh, fire enchanted. Okay. I was like, I don't know what modifier it's going to have, but I don't want to be in the middle of like a triple enchanted. Explosion at death. You're doing fine in the game, and then there's suddenly that one monster that wrecks you. Gloams. Gloams are pain in the ass. You got a nice amulet waiting for your Necro 15 all res, 22 life, and teleport charges. Yeah, that's pretty decent. So you need to know rune words of ladder are available in non-ladder offline or online. In Resurrected, you can use all the rune words no matter where you're at. You can even summon Uber Bale or the rest of the Uber events. If you have a Stone of Jordan, you can get just straight up Uber Bale. I mean, not Uber Bale, Uber Diablo. Diablos. Go ahead and get those. Mercenary's probably going to attract Andariel. And the game just crashed. Fuck you, game. We're going to have to work our way back down here again. Watch us be dead as well. Well, that sucks. Yep. 1 SOJ equals Uber Diablo. I'm just waiting for it to crash out. You've been playing Fireball Sorceress for all of normal so far. What skills, if any, should I build once you need to diversify your damage for immunities? I prefer Frozen Orb, but you could do Nova if you like chugging a lot of mana potions. Are you going to crash already, you son of a butt? Not responding. Well, yeah. Close the program. No shit. It was taking its sweet time. Wonder what caused it to crash. You could always cheese them in Chaos Sanctuary, but there's a little bit of a weird thing about that. Mine has crashed twice. On full release. I can just teleport back down there. It's not a big deal. I don't remember the password to that game, though. Otherwise, I would just... Otherwise, I would just join it. Is a melee sorceress still possible? Yes. You can only have one curse on a target at once. She's scared of me. It wasn't my system that had any issues. I didn't even hit like 50% CPU during that. So... It was just, it decided it didn't want to do it anymore, so it was fine. Although I do wonder what's causing, like, the occasional hitching. Because that could be related to it. Like, I will click on something and it'll do nothing. What curse you need to use kind of depends on what thing you're doing. But hey, we didn't die down there.
This place chills me to the bone.
If you dream hard enough, that's a bad joke, but I like it. You stopped playing fight over 10 years ago. The melee sorceress was your last project. I miss the days when the bow source was like extremely overpowered. She's not anymore. It was for a very short period of time. She was just beyond OP because of how the things work together. And after I get to the next floor, I'm going to go up and bug Mercenary, I think. I hate whenever I land on the chests. Okay, so that's going to be to the next floor. Let's go bug Mercenary. Treachery is one of the top tier armors for Mercenary, yes. One of. There's a few, depending on what you're planning on doing.
Good day.
Death of arrows. Well, see, what would happen is exploding arrows would actually increase in radius as you put more fire sources on, so you'd have an inventory filled with fire damage small charms. So your radius on the explosion would be like insanely massive. It would get the double boost from fire mastery, enchant, and all that kind of stuff. You got pierce and you'd just wipe cows faster than a Javazon. But hardly anyone ever actually used that build because it required kind of exploiting a thing that wasn't common knowledge. Lem runes are pretty nice. They're using a few good rune words. If I find a Zod, give you. I mean, I really don't have a use for a Zod other than trading it, so... I mean... I wouldn't be terribly opposed to getting rid of a Zod. I'm not a huge Breath of the Dying fan. And we leveled up to 61. Sweet. More vitality. Fire skills. Let's go more meteor just to get that up. Because we actually do want meteor doing reasonable damage. That's going to be our Mephisto killer.
If there was magic here.
Let's see. You remember something like that? It was really sad about it because the meta contradicted your idea that staff-wielding sorceress? Yeah. The meta's always been weird in Diablo. There really hasn't been a... I might have actually forgotten to close that other door. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. It's a status symbol. I currently have 4 on my mules because I did some grinding in single player anticipating the release. So I went from 3 to 2... because I made a Breath of the Dying, back up to 3, made another Breath of the Dying, but yet since found 2 more. And it's mostly been in like weird ass places I wasn't expecting. Made insight, clicked it with your to equip your mercenary, and you were disconnected from the server. Went right back to oh, okay. Whew. Yeah, if it's on your inventory. Let's see, passion plus spirit you think was... Let's see. Sorry for getting distracted there. I'm getting trolls getting caught by the spam filter. Let's see. Plus homing arrow bugged with pierce. I don't think it was bugged. I think they changed it to make things more difficult, to mess with people, I guess. I actually preferred my piercing. I do hate that it worked for PvP. It should not have worked PvP, but for PvM, I loved piercing guided arrow. Nah, World of Warcraft is Diablo 3. I found pretty much all my Zod runes over the last 2 years. So I just did like really concentrated farming so I could actually have everything I need to do the various build videos and stuff like that. I even have a ton of like spare rings where if I want to show off, well, this is what you'd get if you didn't have like a near perfect whatever. Just randomly pick one from that list. That's why I have 2 ring mules. I have one for my main rings that I use on like my actual builds, and then I have ones that I use for just like demos to show how it's with imperfect gear. But I had more than enough unique rings to fill up 2 mules, so I didn't transfer them all from the old version. It was concentrated farming, like orange juice, but way more boring. And also, I farm weird in that I don't really go for like the most efficient farming. I literally go for the ones that I find the most fun at the time. So that a lot of that was found on like paladins and necromancers and not sorceress. A little bit of everything. Just whatever I felt like farming on that day. On BattleNet, I think the character limit is 20 characters. And as far as single player, I've yet to hit it. And I have like 25 or 30 right now that I've transferred over. Does it matter what level you do your Hellforge quest? No. Hellforge quest is kind of fixed on what it does. The difficulty determines it. And if you're wondering why I keep picking up with the Unraveler heads, I'm looking for a Splendor one. Concentrated farming, get on for several hours a day explicitly just to kill things for items with a lot of magic find. Can't find a decent 2-socket base helm to save your life. If you're making a lore in it, just go get a skull cap from Charcy or a helm from Farah in normal difficulty. We're going to get Tal Rasha's. It depends on what part. If you're looking for Tal Rasha's amulet, Nightmare Andariel can drop it. Now for Andariel the safe way. We probably won't even actually get to see her. See? Who needs to see your enemy? Just hurl fireballs down the hallway. You'll be fine. There are reasons to actually farm Hell Andariel too, so I usually do try to bug her as well. Just second and all. Look at that message. It got caught by the filters too. That is Tancred's. I think we already have one? Question mark. Set, you're currently looking for a random 1 spirit and 1 COA and some random shroud with plus all skills. Pretty much what you do all day and night. Yeah, it takes a couple years to get every item. Unless you are really, really, really determined. Shout out to Random Crixus for randomly giving gear. Awesome. The D2 community does actually give away gear quite frequently. We'll deal with those in just a minute. Crafting these up real quick. We have those need to go as well. I love control click. That's the biggest quality of life improvement in Diablo 2 Resurrected. Period. Hands down. Best thing ever. I'm just going to identify these. Oh, they're in the shared stash. Never mind. I was like, I'm just going to identify these myself. Nope. No, you're not, because they're in the shared stash and you can't ID in there. What's the magic find I'm running with now? Hardly any. I'm playing online. I'm not too worried about it. You don't need magic find to actually get through the game. You just need it to get really high-end gear. Let's see. How easy is it to bug Andariel? How easy is it? It's literally blonk. There you go. She's bugged. Where do you guys trade your items? Most people will trade on like Reddit, not Reddit, Discord. There's trade channels on most Diablo servers. My server's not entirely a Diablo server. It's kind of like a mixed use server. It's a community server. But you can do trading on there if you want. Do I want to bother with that? Not really. It's not a bad bow. It's not a good bow. This reminds me I need to actually check for another bug. Because there's a bug with jewels where if you put max damage and enhanced damage jewels into something, it doesn't count the enhanced damage. You've tried to do control click in D2 LOD so many times before it was actually a feature in D2R? Yeah. It was a feature in Project Diablo 2 as well. And there's mods that add it to base. I don't remember whether I have that or not. I'm going to save it. Just in case I don't have it. If I do have one, I'm just going to sell it later. I haven't actually tried socketing stuff in my stash. I've tried identifying it umpteen million times. Don't fall for the Alt F4 trick. Man, that one's old even for me. Good lord. Let's see. Anyway, we've got almost 2 million gold. We're level 61. We shouldn't be here. Keep saying that. Clear that one out. We could imbue if we want to. We're currently up to 6 imbues that we just have sitting doing nothing. We also have Gelgash. What charms am I rocking? Just some resist in life. They're garbage charms. Except for that one. That's our only good charm. But yeah, it's just resist. We have a 4% magic find sitting in there, some fire resist. It's just stuff to keep us topped off. This one's probably going to be the first one to go. Let me make something kind of clear. I didn't get access to internet at home until I was a teenager. It wasn't like, oh, you could sneak on. No, we didn't have internet at home until I was a teenager, so don't feel too old. Do I pick up blue items? You have limited inventory like me and feel like you may have missed out on some rare, awesome upgrades because you can't hold it. Magic items can be good, but normally I don't bother picking them up unless they're like a very specific thing. Like if it's a blue monarch, I'll pick it up to check for jewelers. Same for the arcane plates and stuff like that. And yes, they do need to add gem stacking. That would be really, really nice. No, you will not miss a Shaco or Viper Magi if it's... Those will be brown. They won't be blue. Let's see. I think there are some high-value blue items you can grab. Wands can sell for a lot of gold. Jewelers, shields of whatever can sell for a lot of runes. You have jewelers' armors of whatever can be pretty good if they're light armors and stuff like that. Why would someone lie on the internet? Everyone lies on the internet. Internet like 7th grade. I'm trying to remember how old I was. It would have been my senior year. So I would have been like 17. I remember dialing into BBS because there was no internet. Bulletin boards. So let's see. Hopefully we don't get any of the really bad groups of enemies. I'm going to check that. It's not what I want. These guys will target the mercenary, unfortunately. And I don't think this is going to be the right way. We'll check one more little, like, zig on the zags. Oh, hi, guys. You are going to be good XP and good drops. Yes. So that's not too amazing. Rage Mask, is it going to be good? Not really. It's going to sell for some money, though. You lost your Diablo 2 CD when you got to Act 2 20 years ago. Good night. What weapon is my mercenary using? He's using an Insight Bill. I'll show it in just a moment. Because we are currently in the process of killing things that are actually relatively easy to kill. We're going to have some cold immunes here, by the way, whenever we get down to a Radamant. But yeah, Mercenary is using an Insight build. Just a basic one. It was just something to get an Insight. Your old Tandy 1656. Ding, ding, ding. Yep. Modems. Gotta love them. Then you have people like me who have actually had the dial-up ringtone. But I don't anymore. I don't actually have that on my current phone. There we go. Nothing good in there. I am on the lookout for some things, but nothing too insane. Ow, ow, that's hurting. Like a truck. I should be fine. He's going to maybe die. If we get too many more of those. It's 5 a.m. You'll have maybe 3 hours of sleep till your sister's kids storm the house. Ah. I'm sorry. Good luck and may you survive the raid of children. Nieces and nephews, they will trample you. Need to change your ringtone? How do mercenaries allocate stats as they level? They get a fixed amount per level. It varies depending on the mercenary, though. Like, with the Act 1 mercenaries allocate differently than the Act 2 mercenaries. I need to remember to dodge. Because failing to dodge is proving to be a problem of mine right now. You lent your Warcraft 3 CD to a friend when you were a kid and never got it back, and He told you his dog chewed on it? Like, yeah, right? Huh. Well, my story about CDs is I lent a copy of Baldur's Gate 2. Still one of my favorite games. I really enjoy that game. To a friend, and it came back looking like he had run a Brillo pad over it. So, yeah. That's whenever I was like, I'm not gonna lend out CDs anymore. So, and that was a multi-disc game too, which makes it even worse. You have the runes, but you need a 4-socket polearm for making insight. You could just keep farming for one. You could use the socket formula, or if you're really desperate, do what I did and use bills, because they're kind of like the broadswords of polearms whenever it comes to that. They are hard limited to 4 sockets. If I remember correctly, they get like a fixed amount of strength per level. It's not like a 5-point kind of thing. They don't allocate them like a player does. They allocate like a fixed number to each stat, each level. You remember trying to download a demo all day long on dial-up? Now on Gigabit, you can download huge games in no time. Diablo 3 on dial-up. Haha. I was that guy. I just need a Piccolo to yell dodge at me randomly. And we are gonna start seeing the cold immunes of Act 2, which are going to be your cats. And your jumpers, if I remember correctly, there's some cold immunes of those too. Okay, so we got that. Let's go ahead and grab the healing potions. Use one. Go left. I am not happy to see cats down here, by the way. I was kind of hoping we get lucky and not have them, but eh. We got cats, not zombies. Something in there is mana burn. Because it tapped me and drained my mana entirely, so they haven't fixed that either. Is there trading in this game? Yes. Do I do it very often? No. I mean, you guys are welcome to trade with each other. I'm not going to, like, get in the way of that. Just don't scam each other. If you scam each other, there's not much I can do about it. I'm not a Blizzard employee. Those darn cats. Now I'm thinking of that song, and I don't want to. Can't make me. Okay. Skill-wise, let's see. Do I want to go Fire Master, or do I want to... I'm just going to go Meteor. Yeah, we're over 2,000 damage Fireball now, which is good. We'll eventually get our Meteor caught up. We'll probably get it caught up right around the time we get to Act 5. And stat-wise, I should probably actually put my stats in as well. There we go. You've maxed Clay Golem, Ray Skeleton, Skeleton Mastery, and Corpse Explosion with the 1-point wonders, but you still have skill points. Where should I put those? Oh, I forget which one actually raises attack rating. Make sure you have your curses set up properly. Like dim vision and stuff like that can help too. After that, with that particular build, I would probably go with just points in Corpse Explosion. Extra points in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you don't have Golem Mastery maxed. You should have raised Golem Mastery if you're going for the Golem Necro. Corpse Explosion would be after Golem Mastery, usually. But it works either way. That Golem's gonna live. Golem's a tanky boss. And those clay golems can slow things down to a snot crawl. Where is this guy? I mean, we actually have had it where Radamant didn't spawn because of a bug. Wasn't in Resurrected, it was in regular D2 LOD, but still. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to drop. Is that actually? No. 2 strength, 2 mana. Nope. Low-level duelers are probably going to be, like, crying because I threw that on the ground, but that's fine. You see how much I care about trading? Let's see, where is Mr. Happy? Oh, he's lightning enchanted, Mr. Happy. Lovely. Mercenary is probably going to die down here. I need to get a little bit closer, but I don't want to be like right in his lightning range. And we're going to burn through full rejuves dealing with this because Mercenary. Boom! Book of Skills, and we got Saigon's Greaves. Nice.
What a misguided
Just a moment to
monster.
remember the stash size difference between pre-LOD. Oh god, yes. That tiny little, like, I've got a suitcase inventory size was a pain in the ass. You've had him not spawn in D2R? Yeah, it's very uncommon, but it happens. If they are using the same map gen. Had the underground passage entrance not spawn for you in D2R? I haven't had that one happen before. Not even in LOD, but... Is this your final build, or are you going to respec later? And if you do, what are you going to respec? This particular character, I'm actually going to keep like this for a while. I may eventually respec her into like a different Magic Find build, but I'm actually going to be using her to farm Andariel. That's her purpose in life until we get 2 Stones of Jordan, we get some of the amulets I want, and stuff like that. But she's gonna be my Andariel farmer. Obviously not right away because we have 5 more characters to get through the game with on multiplayer. I might make even a second Sorceress, but I'm not sure yet. So we'll beat Hell difficulty. She won't be a respec again. So this is going to be her final build for a while. Oh yeah, I already dumped off all my gold. So that is Radamant.
Greetings, they say.
So now it's time to do the desert. Get ourselves a staff and stuff like that. We've just been kind of like taking it like super chill. And I'm actually enjoying that quite a bit. Rather than trying to like rush through, we've just kind of been progressing. Just normal. So I don't have to like worry about too much. I just go. You've had Big D himself not spawn in LOD. I've had him not spawn because of Uber Diablo. Like I've had Uber Diablo spawn and then not get a Diablo spawn because he, for some reason, shoved the super unique off the existence plane. So I could never kill it if I couldn't find it. We're just going to beat the game with each character on multiplayer. What's my end game point with D2R Online? Whenever we get bored of it. That's my end game. That's when I'll quit. I know there's a way to read most math, but it happens way too often that waypoint or exit or dungeons are in the last room you look. Some of them there's ways to read, some of them there's not. With like the jail is super easy. You literally just go straight out from the exit and just go straight. But for like waypoints and stuff like that, those can be a little bit weird because a lot of the places it's literally random for those. A nice thing to note about these guys, and you're not going to be able to see it with this character, but they only actually shoot the lightning if they take a certain amount of damage in a hit. So it's not always going to be just like them shooting lightning all the time. If you are doing very tiny amounts of damage, it's actually more beneficial to your survival against them. Backing off. So I can just establish just the lovely "you are not getting near me" field of ice spikes. Why do I keep looking? Okay, why keep looking when you find it? Of course it's the last room. That is a dad joke answer, dang it. That's my job. Of course it's the last place you look. You already found it. It's like fourth way. I knew what you meant. You're basically getting fourth way in Arcane and stuff like that. Which, by the way, there is no pattern to Arcane. It's just random. Which one of the four it is. There are no indicators that anyone's found so far that tells you which way is the right way. I've actually I forgot to record the not the Paladin one, the Necromancer one. And I've actually missed huge chunks of the Sorceress one, but I am going to be trying to do the next run fully recorded so I can put it up on the other channel. I would just upload these VODs over on the Let's Play channel, but... here's the big but. All that random artifacting you see every now and then completely tanks the VOD of it, because not only do you get that artifacting, but you also get YouTube's horrible downgrade to 720p. Unless you download through a third party. So does plus damage to demons affect traps or spells? Nope. Just actual physical attacks. Like bow or sword attacks. Use T-pose to stand in front to assert dominance in your front of enemies. Okay. Would be hilarious if they actually made that a command. Skill T-pose. Yeah, but if it affected spell damage, the Sorceress would be even more powerful, because she can rob them of all their resistances anyway.
Thanks.
At least they're cold resist. That it would make Blizzard just insanely powerful. Make a Blizzard Sorceress with Laying of Hands. Jesus. That'd be insanely strong with that. Meteor! Doesn't actually do much yet. You can see it does damage, just not a lot. We'll be using it against Mephisto. We'll probably be using it against a few other things as well. Downside of lightning bugs, they do kill your mercenary quite a lot. Where was another boss mob that we killed? I'm looking for... there we go. You can use ID scroll to kind of T-pose on enemies. Set it to skill 2. There it is. It's over there, there. No. Next barricade. Go, go, go. Yeah, no. 293 rib crack. Well, yeah, that is a really good. That's just a good weapon in general for a Fury Druid. There are better things, but that is a very solid one. The only thing your Blizzard source is a bit slow and clunky to farm is Chaos Sanctuary. You can destroy Andy, Meth, LK Chest, Pindle, Ancient Tunnels, Pit, mostly. Countess, Neolithak is okay. With the cold immune break, yeah. There's some super uniques in the caves in Act 5 that she'd be absolutely atrocious at. Because you're going to have like 180% cold resist enemies in there that you won't be able to break without getting a high-level paladin to help you. I actually prefer the... And these are cold immune, by the way. They still get knocked back by cold. They're just cold immune. But I actually find the Necro very fun to play, but I also play mostly bone or poison Necros, not summons. Summon is good at what it does, but I prefer my bones. Do you really need more than negative 135 cold mastery? You don't need it, but the way Diablo 2 Resurrected handles immunities versus regular Diablo 2, there is a difference. Because you actually only need negative 100%. Well, actually, negative 200% is about the most you'd ever need for cold with the old version. With the new version, getting up into like the 300s and 400s actually does have a purpose. Yeah, those caves are no-go, meant for farming on a regular basis. Oh, there's some super uniques in there that can drop some fairly decent stuff. They're just not loved because, well, most of the big farming targets can't really do them very well. So what are you... Oh, you're cold enchanted. Nice. Get him healed. Knock these back. Why are we getting all the champion cave leapers? Seriously. Die. It really depends on what you're going for. I'm not going to max Cold Mastery on this because I don't really need to. But the reason why people are maxing it is so they can freeze stuff. Yes, Cold Mastery applies after Conviction and Lower Resist. That's because Conviction and Lower Resist are applied effects, whereas the actual Cold Mastery, your Rainbow Facets, your whatever that blue helm is that lowers cold resist, etc., apply on impact, if that makes sense. Harder monster, yeah. Why avoid it? Are you cowards? Yeah, it's fine. So more life, more murder, more death and destruction. It is our way of life. And I should actually grind up a few levels, because I am feeling a little bit underpowered. Oh, it's mana burn, you bastard. I didn't even see that one coming up next to me, so that was my own damn fault. And these spear cats can actually target the mercenary. Thankfully, they're just explodey potion ones, but still. Bone wall plus teleport equals dungeon master, pretty much. Get some moo tapping. I could farm some cows. It wouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Can we find a path to the next area? Because this is just dry hills. It's not even an important one. There we go. And I love meditation mercenaries.
It's locked.
There's our hole in the ground. So town portal just to be on the safe side. And we should be doing just fine down in the pits of dumbassery. Can you actually shoot? Thank you. I was aiming next to the tree, but it wanted to aim at the tree. Oh, and we got the waypoint right next to it. Sweetness. Clocking out for the night. Round 2 was equally enjoyable. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Have a good evening. Moo. Moo. No! No, I can't do the high-pitched one. Another advantage of Fireball. Hallway clearing. And whenever I stop seeing the blue swirls, I just keep going. Yeah, I knew there was something else there because those bolts were getting stopped by something. Okay. Gotta go to sleep soon. Oh no, 6:30. Yeah, I do need to do an earlier stream time as well. We'll see if I can actually work one in or not. Yeah, the maggots are actually kind of neat looking. Good morning, Yggdrasil. 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 I can never pronounce that. I'm a bad pronouncer of greater, like, ancient evils or old ones. There we go. That's the phrase for it. Okay, so we got the boss down. He dropped a bone knife. Watch that be like my perfect necromancer bone knife that I've been looking for years. That'd be great. Go, mercenary, go. You can block them off while I identify this. It's not. It's not bad. I'll sell it, but... Like how you can kill a swarm of flies with a spear. Have you ever killed a fly with a spear? It's very satisfying. Killed one with a broom handle once. But yeah. I've killed a bee with a ping pong ball as well. Yeah, it's evening here as well. So I feel that one. But I do need to stream earlier so I can include some more of the European viewership. Where it's not like middle of the freaking night. I think it should remain the cult mastery thing, but I don't necessarily think that the sorceress should be getting it at full strength. Like, I think it should be after you reach 200% in Cold Mastery, I think it should start getting diminishing returns. I think after that point, it should actually give you like 4% for a few levels, then 3% for a few levels, then 1% after that. Or even 2%, sorry. Well, Yggdrasil is one of the old ones. So, hence the reference. You can max Cold Mastery. I don't recommend it for this particular build, because you aren't going mono elemental. Ow, I didn't even see you there. It's too dark. Step into my doorway and die. Oh, hey, anyone want to take a guess at what our ring is? It's our first unique ring. Online, that is. Let's see. Pretty new to Diablo 2. You've been having a blast following the guides. Hey! What you wanted to know what the earliest 4-socket shield you can get for Spirit? That's going to be Monarch for most classes, but any of the Paladin shields for Paladin. Should definitely break immunities. They're the most annoying thing about Diablo 2. Let's see. Orb Firewall is fairly solid. I actually don't like having two casting delay skills. I'd rather have Blizzard Firewall. Going to build hybrid build with Blizz primary damage skill and lightning for anything cold immune. You're going to be probably a Blizzard Nova then. So there's Hawanan Splendor, which isn't bad. Hey, it's Ravenfrost. That's actually a good one. We'll be using that. It's low roll. I mean, 18's not terrible, but 193 is pretty bad. It goes up to 250. It's 250-20. The top end. Two barbs, one whirlwind, one frenzy, which mastery for which build between sword, axe, and mace. Whirlwind, I prefer two-handers, but if you're going to be doing whirlwind, I'd go mace. If you're going to be doing frenzy, usually either sword or mace. On the fence for a hybrid build, if we should max out cold mastery or save those skill points for lightning. If you're going blizzard, you're going to be hurting a little bit on points. Can you get enough damage on blizzard with a second element? Yeah, yes. But what you'd want to do with... if you're... okay, each tree has a skill that requires low synergies to be, like, good. One of those is Firewall, which gets most of its bonus from warmth. And you don't even necessarily need a lot in that. It doesn't get a lot of bonuses. For the lightning tree, you have Nova. And for the cold tree, you have Orb. So if you're going like a main blizzard, you'd want to choose one of the low ones like Firewall or Nova in your alternate tree. You're on Act 2 with a Wind Druid. Early game for this build seems really boring, not doing damage. For a Druid, you usually respec a Nightmare. You start out as a Fire Druid. I love axes, but I'm still bitter about axes. I am bitter about axes because they don't let you dual wield two-handed ones. They gave it just to swords. Axes get nothing special. I'm annoyed. But you can actually do like a dual Death Frenzy Barbarian, and that's actually fairly solid for axes. But you were talking about like optimal for each. Out of those three options, it's mace and sword. Because sword has grief. You almost have the whole IK set. The IK Maul is actually really good. It's not given enough credit, I don't think. It's a really, really solid weapon. Oh, we're in level 2. For some reason, I was thinking we were on level 3. You like 200 axes because you can cosplay as Gimli?
It's locked.
So you know what? I'm going to do this number. Ouch! Well, there went all my stamina. Good lord. Well, there went Mercenary as well. Yikes! I am nuking them too fast for him to heal through it. So, yeah, I just murdered my own Mercenary there. See? Don't need Magic Find for that. It just rolled rares. Aw, and yeah, it definitely rolled rares. You doubt you'll ever see Grief? Grief is fairly cheap. You actually have a fairly decent chance of making it. Dual-wield Mauls? That would be hilarious. Just giant-ass drummer. Wind Druids are kind of slow start. Twister can work at low levels. I don't start with Wind Druids because, frankly, you don't get good options with them until higher levels. Because Arctic Blast sucks butt, and then you don't get one until, what, 18? I think it's Twister. I mean, it has Crushing Blow, but you're doing a two-handed weapon that's not super fast. You have Pluggy, so you just respect a Summon Druid, and then you're level 30 or something to respect again to Wind Druid. But Fire Druid is usually the fastest for normal. I'm looking at that. Nope, we're going to get rid of it. We're going to resurrect Mercenary. We're going to go back down there. We're going to find ourselves a Corpulent Worm. So let's see. Because everyone likes the corpulent worms. Right. So that goes in there. We're going to keep that. We're going to sell the Ravenfrost. No, I'm not going to sell the Ravenfrost. That'd be a dick move. Just to sell it. But that's cute, but it's not going to do anything for us. What we're looking for is a socketed one with some good mods. Ah, you're playing with Pluggy still. There will probably be a Pluggy equivalent for D2R eventually. Not necessarily made by the Pluggy dev, but something that does the same thing. It's a need that has room to be filled. And I did not bug my Mercenary, because I'm an idiot. I'm going to go bug him, because I don't want to be reviving him every 2 seconds. It would be uncalled for. Brr. So let us see. I'm going to dunk in there. Let's bug him. And then we'll finish up the Maggot Lair, which is everyone's favorite location in Diablo 2. It's not like it's the sewer level of Diablo 2. Oh, wait, we already have sewer levels. It's worse. Oh, Ethereal Nosferatu's Coil. No! Bugged Mercenary basically makes it so that melee enemies won't target him. Usually. I have to say usually. Pluggy is a mod that basically gives you unlimited storage space, free respecs, access to ladder-only items and the Ubers and stuff. Basically makes offline ladder mode with unlimited storage. But yeah, bugging the mercenary moves him to where they know he's there and they can target him. They just don't recognize him as the closest target. No, you can get rune words all the time. You don't need New Game Plus. There is no actual New Game Plus. Unless you count Nightmare difficulty as a New Game Plus, which is more of a difficulty mode than anything. Bye, Locust. I'm kind of surprised more things here are not fire immune. You would have thought it would be kind of like associated with the act they're in, but no. They just have them all mixed up in general. That Grand Charm could be a skiller as well. It's one thing I wish I would have done more of in my early days is actually pick up more of the Grand Charms. Because I always got like a bunch of trash ones and I was like, oh, these are just garbage. What am I being hit by? Jesus Christ, lag. Lag, the deadliest monster of them all. Oh, he's immune to fire. I didn't even notice until he was like already dead. Jesus H. Buffin Christ. What? Difficulties are basically New Game Plus. You need to beat the game to unlock them. Yeah, I could see that. Is there a sweet spot for Magic Find percent or for unique item drops like cast rate breakpoints? Sort of. They're a lot more. There's a lot more of them. As you get higher, they are like 7 to 10% apart, but it's still not insanely gapped. Hate how charms take up so much inventory space. Yeah. Skillers start from level, I think, 51 areas, not level 50. But basically, the rule of thumb is late Act 3. Nightmare. Onward. So, this will be minimum over 3,000 next level. This is getting up there. Then we'll start doing Fire Mastery. If we get that far. We almost got our butt handed to us there, by the way. Got really close. Hey, there's the stairs. So let's see. Oh, is there anything in? Oh, yeah, there is. There's still one over there. Okay. Okay, that replaces our healing potion. That's fine. Anything in the hallway? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, generally I go 200 to 300. 250 to 300 is actually kind of where I have been liking lately. I mean, you can still do damage at that point. It's just you slow down as you start adding more. If you are over 250% Magic Find and adding more Magic Find will slow you down at all, don't bother. You're better off just getting more killing power. Yeah, Nightmare Cows is pretty good for skillers as well. Nightmare Council is good as well. If you're just wanting something fast for some, like, economy skillers. I mean, you can get things like stats on them and stuff from those. Oh, fanaticism. Lovely. Can I actually hit cold? Nope. We're going to hit the corner of this. There we go. That poison sucks. We are using a healing potion right now, and it's still not healing fast enough. Jesus. That is super poison, because we actually do have positive poison resist as well. Yeah, we just need to swing up by town. I'm going to come back down and get this. I don't want to walk in there and just get one shot because we got super poisoned. Hey, Dingus McChingus, thank you. Let's see. You found plenty of skill, blah, blah. Think the full Tal Rasha set is decent. Yeah, I actually favor it over the Aki options. Oculus does give a bit more magic find, but yeah, I prefer... No, that would waste my rejuve. It would just be gone in like a second anyway. Because I was poisoned. And yes, I'm keeping that for a stupid reason. Don't judge me. But yeah, while I was poisoned, it would have just disappeared. Yay, water. I'm in a desert and I'm like loving the fact that I got water here. Okay, let's go ahead and drop those in. Here's another P diamond. You just got full Talrash's set. How you fix your resist poison and fire, like Alder's boots or what, and chance guards just from the charms. I don't really worry too much about poison resist, believe it or not. But Spirit Shield helps with some of your resists. It gives you fire, I believe. No, it gives you poison. But yeah. Spirit gives you a little bit of resist. You'll still have your boots and your rings and your gloves to kind of mess around with as well. Just dropped Griffin 1813. How much do you think it is at the moment? Probably pretty high. Griffin is one of those that's sought after for the Lightning Sorceress build. And for the Javazon. Which are two really popular builds. For doing like magic find and stuff. So let's go ahead. Far Oasis, let's get to our lost city. What's funny is you don't actually have to do this quest, the one to get the actual staff, until like right before you have to do Duriel. You can actually skip it for the longest time. We just do it to get it out of the way. The part quests in Act 3 are kind of similar. You only need them whenever you actually need to smash the thing. And I am seeing a little bit of stuttering, which is... I'm gonna open up the FPS thing. It feels like I'm stuttering, but I'm not. I guess I'm not. Yeah, now I'm not. I'm not even noticing it anymore. Okay. Bugs, very, very easy XP. They're not really high XP, but you get a lot of them in one area and they're quick to kill. Griffins is definitely one of those that's a lot less common to find. So don't feel annoyed that you haven't found it. It's really not super common. It was one of the later uniques that I ended up finding. And yeah, we're just looking for the path to the next area, then we're going to teleport around the edge because I hate that area. It's right up there with Great Marsh as far as like, I don't feel like dealing with its... You just don't want to get lowballed when trading it. Honestly, if you're ever going to make a lightning source, I would keep it. Because, yeah, it would save you the trouble of having to trade for it later. Oh, we almost got there before the... I think I actually found our waypoint. Nope, we didn't. I'm actually going to teleport through the middle down here just in case the waypoint is there. Doesn't look like it. And the reason we want the waypoint is ancient tunnels. We found the path. The next area.
I need mana.
I think I found the waypoint. Sweet. Yeah, if you don't get a real good offer, it can be useful for a lot of things. You've had insane luck this round. You found 2 phase blades, a 50% death's web. Holy crap. Make a poison necro. That's a good magic find build. And all you really need is the death's web and something to get around with. Lightning damage skills are just like every other damage skill. It's just average damage. Have a good one. Have a good one, Michael. You wish Griffins worked for Trapsin? I do too. But then the Trapsin would be OP. The OP-ness would be real. You sold the D-Web already? Hopefully you got a good deal on it. One of my favorite things. And yes, teleporting around like this is risky, but at the same time, I'm just trying to... Oh, nope. Okay, there we found the spot. So let's clear this spot out. Just so our mercenary doesn't have any problems. And we can actually set down... a town portal, sorry. Was concentrating a little bit. Okay, is there another revival guy near here that I'm not seeing? Yeah, nope. Those are salamanders. I thought I killed the one over here. Or am I just getting ones wandering at me? I think I might just be getting ones wandering at me. You think you did? You got Tal's armor and an Alm? Yeah, that's pretty decent. Great Marsh even necessary beat... Is Great Marsh even necessary? You beat Act 3 twice and got to Flare Jungle directly from Spider Forest. Great Marsh is a pain in the ass. One, sometimes you cannot skip Great Marsh. Sometimes it is your connection to Flare Jungle. Other times, you can clear the entirety of Great Marsh and it will not lead you to Flare Jungle. So what I always do is I'll go through Spider Forest, around the entire perimeter of it. If I find Flare Jungle, I just go straight there. If the only thing I find is Great Marsh, I begrudgingly go through it. But yeah, Great Marsh is a dick move. That's all I can call it. Chances of us dying down here pretty high, actually. And there, oh, he's immune. He's immune to being nice. Go, mercenary, go! You are the beast we need. This is actually a very unpleasant tainted altar. Block the path, mercenary!
Who would have thought that such primitive beings could cause so much trouble?
And I just used a bunch of full rejuves on that. And yes, I will need to go back up there to get the amulet. Haha! Got it! Bite me, game. I hate down there. We burned through so many of those. That's ridiculous. I burned through more than I probably should have doing that. Because I was being stubborn, but... Now you dropped an Iraq mesh. Congratulations.
Hello.
Today is your day. Well, that is a good thing. I'm glad you are finding very good items. You must be farming while observing the stream. Don't cross streams! No, I'm kidding. Let's go there, 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 and there. Back to our standard. It sounds like you're getting about the luck that we had, not yesterday, Wednesday.
Good day.
As far as, are we going to have a stream tomorrow? Maybe. There's a high likelihood of it. But it's not guaranteed, because I don't really have a streaming schedule right now. It's going to be around the same time, though, if we do.
I've been...
Okay. Now to go through the next annoyance. Pindle plus Bale is your jam at the moment. Blizzard Source with good mercenary. Yeah. I'm actually surprised you're doing Bale with that. Bale can be kind of irritating with it. I'm so glad that wasn't Bow Boys. Oh, and he's right on it. Let's go ahead and back out of there. Oh. Have a good one, awesomes. Awesome possum. And I don't have a bug mercenary right now, so he's going to take all the damage and probably eat all my potions, but still. He'll buy me a couple seconds of just murdering things, I guess. You're struggling with Magic Find on your Blizz Sorceress. You're level 85 due to public games, but gear is poor. Can't get both Resist and Magic Find in Hell. Farming Nightmare Mephisto isn't super lucrative. If you are willing to trade, try and trade for a gold dagger. It's a good, like, early little bit of 100% magic find. And now, Fire Eye is going to be fire cheesed. In case you're wondering why I came to this particular room. Because we didn't get the shortcut, which actually is going to work to our advantage here. And also, we just need the experience anyway, so I don't mind killing other stuff. Also, these guys, super magic resistance. If you're running a Necromancer, don't try to fight them. Ah, go through the door. Thank you.
This place actually.
Let's see. Can you do cow level in someone's game even though they haven't finished Act 5 difficulty? Even though you haven't finished Act 5, you'll say you can't go through the portal. Go moat trick of hell meth, good place to be, yeah. If your cure sucks, you can still do it just fine with Blizzard Sorceress. Just avoid the lightning enchanted council member. He'll hurt your face. Martial arts and extra gold. I mean, it's money.
Greetings.
I actually find going up with Mephisto even easier than actually trying to river bug him.
Approach and let's trade.
See, if your mercenary doesn't survive, your mana is trash. You can barely teleport to Mephisto once you get there and feed him with the moat trick. Is Sanders a good set for the Necromancer? It's mediocre. It's just an okay set in general. It's not really for any particular class. Just buy lots of mana potions. You can buy mana wands or spirit sword. Even mana charms really help. Yeah, mana charms actually do help. One thing a lot of people don't understand is your maximum mana determines your replenishment. So if you have more mana, like through a Stone of Jordan or a spirit sword, you'll actually have higher regen just in general. Don't forget to make a spirit shield, too, if you get a chance, by the way. So as far as here, do we actually want to bother with most of this? Yeah, I think so. It'll be good experience. I'm getting a little, like, fatigued, so we'll probably finish up Act 2. Or at least finish up the Arcane Sanctuary, but I don't think we're going to get too much further than that today. I was hoping to get further, but my lack of grinding for levels is sort of slowing me down a little bit. And I don't want to, like, rush through. I don't want to just teleport ahead of everything and not fight stuff. Mercenary, you goddamn idiot. Oh, you fucking idiot. Pardon my French, but still. It's like, let's go charge all the ghosts. Fine. You just got one shot by them. You have the runes for Spirit Shield, but no Monarch yet? Yeah. Ancient Tunnels is a fairly decent magic find spot. It's also my fault for not bugging him, but yeah. Diablo 2, I wouldn't quite call Dark Souls, but yeah. It does have a handful of, like, hidden little gimmicks about it. How do you bind town portals on keys? Same way you bind skills. I usually don't bind it, though. Going for higher Sur isn't a super useful high rune. It's useful in some, like, niche builds, but it's not useful for, like, general use. I'm playing classic Diablo 2 hoping you can get Diablo 2 Resurrected, but we'll see. Well, if you're playing single player Diablo 2 LOD, you can transfer the characters to Resurrected once you get it. I think Diablo 2 does the itemization system the best of action RPGs. You just can't have them both. So let's go get you bugged again. Because it was partially my fault he died in there, but also just bum rushing a bunch of ghosts is brick stupid for a melee guy that requires leech to live. Corner, teleport. He's now bugged. And there is a bit of a delay that you'll notice that tells you that he's bugged. Extra levels would indeed help us. You found Reaper's Toll today? Awesome. That's kind of one of those items you want to just keep a few of. And I do mean a few. Having just one of them is nice. Having a few of them so you don't have to keep swapping it around is even nicer. So what are... Yo, you are immune to cold and physical. Lovely. What is your other element? Cold, lightning. Fucking asshole. Oh, fuck's sake. I want to punch the mercenary right now. Oh, God. I don't think he should have one-shot that. But fuck me for thinking that. Pardon my French, by the way. Been playing online just because you weren't sure when you will get Diablo 2 Resurrected, plus you haven't been able to play Diablo 2 for like a year? Ah.
Good day.
So this is going to be us bugging the mercenary every 5 minutes? The game? What level is he? 64? He's almost... Yeah, he'll level up as soon as we do. You did think about doing it single player? Yeah. I am well aware of how the mercs behave. That's why we bug him, is so he's not targeted by stuff. The reason he died there was because of the Nova. But anyway, let's go ahead and go back to Arcane Sanctuary. Oh, what? What? Oh, I guess I apparently clicked on Rogue Encampment. I'm just, yeah, I'm glad the bug works too. But yeah, I'm actually surprised he got one shot there by that. The level difference isn't why he died there. It's probably more his resists. I thought he had relatively decent resist, and he does. It was just the combo. I bug him. The Act 2 mercenary is the easiest one to bug. But you bug them by basically messing with their pathing. Why was I doing fire there? I don't know. I think it's just because I'm tired. Diablo 2 Resurrected is dark as shit in general. That's nothing I can do about it. Even when I max Gamma, it's dark. Dual immune, fuck it. We're teleporting. I'm not bothering with this shit.
Thanks.
Oh, I keep over teleporting. God damn it. There we go. There is more to it than just getting him stuck somewhere. You actually have to get them to teleport into kind of a void, if that makes sense. That's why we do it in that particular area, because he'll try to teleport down and go out of the map. What's the best repeatable way to get a Lem rune? Rune farming in high enough difficulty for it. The reality is there's no way to guarantee a rune drop. You will always have a choice of, whenever it decides to do a rune drop, it'll be that monster's top rune limit all the way down to an L rune can drop. So for Lem runes, you'd want to look for ghosts or something like that has high junk drops that is near the level of a Lem rune, which I cannot tell you off the top of my head is what it is. Since we have him bugged now, I'm going to actually swap his armor out for resist as well.
I'll put that to good use.
We'll switch it back to this eventually, but not right now. You wish someone would make a first-person mod for D2R? I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that people have made to actually just experience the towns and stuff like that for it. I mean, this is in 3D, so... See how that guy's not targeting the mercenary? That's how he's bugged. But yeah, even if I max Gamma, by the way, since this keeps coming up. Where is it? Yeah, our contrast is all the way up. I mean, we could actually do it down here as well, but... Yay, it doesn't really do anything, but that's classic mode. As far as modern mode, where are you hiding at? I know there is a gamma thing in here. Yeah, there it is. I actually have mine higher than normal, but even if we do it this like there, it just gets washed out. It doesn't get any actual brighter. This just becomes gray instead of black. Anyway, skill-wise, let's keep dumping into that. Getting up there in damage. Our fireball is still just amazing. While doing an Amazon run, most enemies were targeting you in Act 4. That you might have accidentally bugged him. If anyone remembers that game, isn't the guy voicing the mercenary the same who voiced Patrick Galloway in Clive Barker's Undying? I don't know. That one I don't know. I have a bad memory whenever it comes to names, so very well could be. And unfortunately, these vampire, the ghoul lords, will actually target the mercenary because they are ranged. They're just not super consistent with it. Would I play a Carbot version of Diablo 2? I mean, if it didn't cost an arm and a leg, maybe. I don't exactly have money to throw around for stuff like that. Would be cute, but I have a feeling it would cost a decent amount of money to make, much less purchase. And yes, I was intentionally killing the vampire there because I'll be arsed if I actually want to have my mercenary die to that. Chaos Empire mod. For some reason I remember someone posting a link to that and I didn't like allow it through because I didn't know anything about it. If it's the one I think it is. There's been people trying to post links to item selling sites too, which I don't allow either. I do find it really weird these things are immune to cold, yet they use fire. That always bothers me whenever things are immune to an element they don't use. Years ago? Oh, then it might... Well, we say years ago. This would have been about 2 or 3 years ago. Can you use WASD? Not natively. I'm pretty sure I could rig something to let me do that, though. Because of controller support. You could emulate it somehow to actually make it so that your WASD count as up, down, left, and right on a controller.
It's locked.
They do it for other games. I'm pretty sure they could do it for this one. Come at me, summoner. I love how Orb just like one-shots him and everything else is just like, nah.
Poor wretch.
Go to the cow level, they say. You'll get high runes, they say. Neff and Eth, like an... you can get high runes from there. You can actually get every rune from cow level. Is lobby chat actually being spammed by item selling bots? I have not stayed in lobby chat long enough to tell. If you change to player's aid on Hellforge, does it make a difference? Nope. Not in the least. Path of Exile is action RPG Australia. Is what I compared it to earlier. It's the island of prisoners where everything's trying to kill you. It's kind of like Diablo meets Final Fantasy VII.
Hello. Faye, I feel...
Okay, so identify you. Garbage. And yes, I could actually have Mr. Kane identify that if he's able.
There's nothing the right portion can't cure.
The lobby constantly spammed by bots. Is that in D2R or are you talking about in original Diablo 2? Jin? Because I know in original Diablo 2 it is. But I haven't seen any bot spam on here, but I'm not in lobby very much. Yeah, they're coming out with PoE too. That's one reason why I kind of want to go through Path of Exile, but at the same time, I kind of don't because it's too damn long. Hell rune's not bad. I usually, weirdly enough, get runes from Nightmare Forge. I don't know why. That is like the one I get. Which symbol am I? I didn't even look. Downward arrows? Okay. I need to be careful killing these guys too quickly because it will kill my mercenary. I guess I'll have to spend some time in the loobies. Hey, gore bellies. We got undead revivals too. You need a lem rune. I don't think I have a lem, unfortunately. There was someone in here needing a fall rune the other night, and I was like, I would give you one, but you're on a different platform. I actually have 2 phlegm runes. 2 fall runes. Since they're kind of trapped in there with mercenary, I'm just going to do this. Just drop meteors and walk away. Think Diablo placed in a distant future would work, like Mad Max version of Diablo? There's a few that have tried, but they've usually failed. But usually it's because of just cheap design. But the ones that have tried have failed. But I don't think it's because the general premise. I think it's because the people making it don't know how to handle action RPGs. You just teleport instead of killing mobs? I mean, if you're trying to speedrun, teleporting is fine. I'm killing mobs because I need the levels. I hate this combination of enemies, by the way. It's not nice. I would rather have the little dingleberries. The lightning boys. And those are going to start reviving ghosts if I'm not careful. Die, you fools! Eat my pain! You're still using Malice on your mercenary at level 47. Can't find a 4-socket to make insight. Any advice? Bills. If you find a white bill, that will auto-socket to 4 sockets. I forget what boosts are. Yeah, it's Inferno. I'm not going to do Inferno on that. Oh, extra fast. Lovely. Ouch. Fanatics. No. Oddly enough, I'm craving a gyro. If Borderlands could pull off a Mad Max setting with loot, a decent Diablo clone could do that too. I guess. Top-down shooters are a little bit different, if that makes sense. Because in a lot of those, you're relying on your guns. Any possibility of Diablo 1 Resurrected? Probably not. Oh, Doomhammer, the pain in the ass. Okay, nice to meet you, good sir. You get to die as well. Ouch. Go, mercenary, go. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, Bill is a polearm. But yeah, I highly doubt there'd be a Diablo 1 Resurrected. There's not enough of a demand for it. Who needs firewall when you have a fireball from the sky? It doesn't do as much damage with the burning, but hey, it works. Yeah, Diablo 1 with running would be nice. Oh, I know where he is. He's in that room there. Fuck off. Because they can revive through doors. If you didn't know, they can revive through doors. Oh, and he's also a unique. Nice. And he's got little friends guarding him. Nice. Boss mobs. Let's see. Healing. Yes. Diablo 1 would need a remake like Resident Evil 2, then maybe, but Blizzard is not capable. I wouldn't say. Okay. Blizzard themselves make very simplified games. Some of the studios that Activision Blizzard owns are still 100% capable of making good games, like Vicarious Visions, but yeah, Blizzard Studios itself is absolute garbage. Tried finding a crystal sword for hours tonight with no success. Broadsword. You don't necessarily need crystal sword. Broadsword and crystal sword are the two chosen ones because they have very low strength requirements. Your armor requirements are usually going to be higher. That's why people choose them. Need to play more Diablo 1 Beelzebubs. I'm getting distracted by chat instead of... Oh, God, I didn't mean to teleport into that. For this area, I might actually switch my skill setup on, oddly enough. Out. Let's go here. Got you guys. Why play Diablo 1 when you have Diablo 2? Not even the same case on Diablo 3. Okay. Yeah, Diablo 3's more arcadey. Well, you have to realize Diablo 2 was not developed by Blizzard as you know it now. Diablo 2 was the last game of Blizzard North. It wasn't made by... Diablo 3 was not made by the same people who made this. Most people don't realize that, but... Yeah, I'm going to switch over to this for a minute. Let's go E and F. Oh, I don't have those set up. Options. Controls. And it does the same thing. Son of a bucket. And now my skills are all out of order. There we go. You can't dual assign. You can't have a separate left click and right click assign. See, Let's see. You'll give them one for if you want a crappy 25 FCR spirit. We have a worse one. No, we have 26. Diablo 1 is just different compared to Diablo 2, not in any kind of way besides movement speed. Yeah, it's the skill system is entirely different. The stat system's about the same. The enemies are a little bit better designed in Diablo 2. Not by much. But, yeah. And I wouldn't say Diablo 3 is necessarily bad. It's arcadey. It's not an actual Diablo-style game. It's more of an action... I'm trying to think of how to explain it. There's the meteors. Get rid of them. Slow those guys down. Thank you, mercenary. Can we do this? Nope. Sometimes you can cast through corners. I was hoping I could cast in there and maybe like clear anything else that was out in that area. I do love the fire in this though. Yeah, Diablo 2, in my opinion, Diablo 2 is more fun to replay. Because Diablo 1, I always just feel like just maxing out one character of each class, because they're pretty much going to be the same. Their passive abilities are static, but... And you could just keep stacking more and more skills just based on what your magic stat is. I would say Diablo 3, if we want to stick with the isometric or top-down views, I would say it has more in common with frickin' whatchamacallit, Gauntlet, where it's more just about doing more damage faster. Where are you? There you are. More crap runes. We are not getting good rune drops tonight, by the way. Let's do a quick teleport through. I want to see where this is, so I'm not just wasting time looking for it, because I really am just completely exhausted. Okay. Let's get rid of the Unraveler first. There's two of them. There we go. Hey, Kelvin, how's it going? Diablo 1 duping, yeah. Imagine if Diablo 1 duping worked in Diablo 2. The economy would be completely boned. No necro pun intended. So, how many times do we think I'm going to die against the Duriel? Probably about 97 times. If we want to be honest about it. Because I don't have a lot of full rejuves. Tome system kind of made you farm for spells, as that is how you leveled them up. On the other hand, scrolls were cool and shrines, which gave you stats or took them away. You picked along. Yeah. Diablo 1 was a lot more trade for power kind of thing. Hey, Lapao. Just in time for the Duriel fight. Bring in the pain. Duriel fight's probably going to be the end of the stream, though, so. I am surviving. Oh, and we should probably get our level up before we do that. Because I'm going to lose XP otherwise. I know I'm going to die to him. But that's kind of like beside the point.
Thanks.
There we go.
Not in town.
No, I want to pick it up, thank you. And we'll do one of those there. Okay, let's see. But anyway, how are you doing, Lapao? And Kelvin? Yeah, I actually have the D2 D&D books, by the way. Does drinking that potion increases duration if you drink more than one? Yes. And yes, it works with stamina as well, and antidote potions. My Merc is gonna pee! And we're not even max cold resist, because it actually boosts your max as well. But I got several minutes of it so that I could do this number. Get our little bit of a level up here. Fuck off, skeleton. Where is... There he is. I need to get 2 in on that guy. Unfortunately, the skeletons don't count for XP the second time you kill them. Otherwise, they would be not so bad, but yeah. Second kill is not worth it. Let's go ahead and get up on your face. Three meteors is enough to kill those guys, so we should be able to level up just in this section of the hallway here. Oh, almost. Where is... Okay, so we actually dropped meteor there. There we go. We got one of them. That was our level up. And I just wanted to get that level up before we actually go in against Duriel, just for the sake of, you know, murder. Let's see. Can we see the mercenaries' resistances before we do them? 85 cold, lightning, poison, fire resist, and our mercenary is going to be ignored because we've got him bugged. Which is actually detrimental to me. I'm gonna do this the slower way. Oh, and I did not mean to cast it there, but that works. Oh, lag! No! With, like, weak gear, you generally have a little bit more trouble with Duriel. Because we don't have maxed out Fireball. Normally, I could just drop down here with my Sorceress, like my high-level Sorceress, and just tap him, like, 6 times with Fireball, and it's fine. And I'm so glad they removed his charge. Otherwise, this becomes a lot more troublesome. This is like keep away from Duriel. There you go. His second phase should be spawning another Duriel. So basically, bail. Sorry for concentrating there for a minute. Does static field work on Duriel in hell difficulty? It works. You can drop him down to halfway with it. Let's see. Did they nerf Gloams, or are they still terrifying? They're still terrifying. They are extremely terrifying. But yeah, static field does work on Duriel in hell. It will only drop him down to half-life, not down to like nothing like you can do in normal and stuff like that.
I can't.
And yeah, I'm just picking up all the junk. Do I actually want the hatchet hands? No, they're ethereal. But we have gotten Duriel dead. There we go. Now it's like... Yeah, I think I desynced a little bit during that fight. Just a few times.
Diablo and Baal have escaped me. Next time, vengeance.
But that is going to be that. We're going to go to Act 3. We did the first 2 acts. I mean, we kind of took our time because we're a little bit low level, but beyond that, do you want me to identify the stuff first? Let's identify the stuff first. Garbage.
Hello.
It's not complete garbage. It gives us money. And is the bow garbage? It could be. Yeah. But that was 71 grand. I mean, that's better than a sharp stick in the eye, I guess. And if you're wondering, these essences, I usually farm this one from Endariel, are how you respec, by the way. So I will be stashing up some of them. I don't think I'm going to end up needing to use any of them. So my plan, if I get a bunch of them, is to actually make them available to viewers so that you guys can use them to respec. Because a lot of people come in here saying, I've just used my last respec and I'm going to die. It's like, okay. I forget where we found our Monarch. We found it really, really early, though. It was just a lucky drop. But generally speaking, if you can get to Hell Cows, farm for a Monarch there. It's going to be relatively simple. Because the bosses are the only ones that have immunities there. You can do a lot of damage to them with just pretty much any AoE you want. And you can get good XP there, especially if you're with a group. And if a Monarch drops, you just grab it. So I guess I'm somewhere between the Sorceress and the Amazon. I kind of teeter-totter between being pissed off and being chill. Do you know the way? But yeah. Static is limited to 50% on Hell difficulty. You have 2 Akara respecs? Okay. You can trade those respec tokens? I don't know if you can actively trade them. I know you can trade the dusts. It would... Yeah, if you can put it in there, you can trade it. But anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. We have been streaming for several hours. Almost 4. So if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, give a follow, and all that kind of fun jazz. It really does help the channel. And I will see you guys next time. We'll be streaming more Diablo 2. I definitely want to get through with the Sorceress one before we do any last epic. and then we'll start integrating that in as well. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.